Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting broadcast of Chabot Gladiator Football right here on NorCal Sports TV. So, unbelievable matchup tonight. It's the Battle of 880. It's the number 6 Laney Eagles versus the Chabot Gladiators. I'm Dominic Carriel along with my partner all year, Carlos Franco. Carlos, big rivalry game. You know, these, no matter what the records are, these games are usually always closer. Anything can happen in them, really.
Right. No, it's the last game of the year, rivalry game. Another thing that, these games signify is that it's their last game for the sophomores. Sophomore night out here, and it's great. Some guys may never play football again, so it's even that much more special. And it also, as the coaches, you get a guy in between. Maybe a guy lives in Castro Valley, San Lorenzo, and he's depending on his decision where he's going to go. So this is a good game also for recruiting purposes for both schools. So it's real important, regardless of the schedule, whenever it is, or if it's raining or if it's sunny, it doesn't matter. This is just a big game for both schools.
So Laney coming in at 7-2, number 6 in the state. They've been playing great all year long, really, and they've got some good players on their team, and they're looking to solidify a win here and an into the playoffs. If they were to lose, they would become a wild card team. So this is a big game for them.
It's a huge game because, as you mentioned, if they win outright, and that's not a problem. Then they have the tiebreaker versus City College, which is playing against San Mateo tonight. So they would be Basics champions, and then going into the playoffs. You talked about how good this team is, man. Their defense is awesome. They're ranked, I believe you mentioned, they're ranked 5 or 6 in the state, and the defense has been what's been keeping them in that ranking. They are giving up 104 yards rushing. That's it, and they're giving up 132 yards passing. So they're incredible. I watched some film on them. I thought they had like 13 guys on the field.
Yeah. Oh, my, they fly around.
Awesome. Yeah.
They fly around with their hair on fire.
Eagles,
so
man, they fly.
We'll be right back after these couple messages, and we'll have more in kickoff coming up next here on NorCal Sports TV.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Broadcast booth as we continue with our little pregame here. As you know, we highlighted Laney, how good they are defensively, and now let's head over to Chabot here, 2-7, but they've been in a lot of games early. It's just seemed to get away from them late in the second half or early in the second half, but their first quarters have been great all season, and their defense has been a lot of bend don't break, and then it's usually come down to the turnover battle that they just haven't been able to win.
Right. The defense here at Chabot has been stellar all year and keeping them in games like you mentioned. They get tired. They're out there quite a bit. That turnover bug has got them early on in the season. So, last time we were here, it was a great game against San Joaquin Delta College, and Chabot pulled out that win. So it's exciting football here at Chabot, and their defense and special teams as well has been real solid here this season.
So a beautiful rivalry Saturday night here in the Bay Area. 54 degrees. It's football weather. And the last time Chabot sees a sophomore from Eugene, Oregon. So how about that, the 6'2", 205 quarterback?
Yeah, Demontre Thomas, the stat that stood out to me most was he has 139 pass attempts. And that's the exact same rushing attempts that Harris has. Jacob Harris, the leading rusher for Laney. So that's an impressive stat. It shows the balance of their team. And I don't think he's in at quarterback.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He's not in.
So there's a snap. He's going to quick throw to the outside. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a gain of about 8 or 9. In there was Trevor Anderson, quarterback, sophomore out of Santa Rosa, 6'3", 215. So a lengthy guy. And I don't know if we're going to see a mix-up of quarterbacks because what we've seen a little bit from Trevor watching a couple of the games earlier in the season was he's the one who really likes to sling it around.
Yeah, he does. But going back to that stat, it was crazy because of the balance. And if they're going to be playing both quarterbacks, it's not something different
so
that
there's
Laney
a snap
hasn't done.
And the give, outside run play. It was bottled up pretty well, but that's after he picked up the first down, and that was the first carry for Jacob Harris, running back out of Oakland Tech.
Yeah, Harris is the leader with 620 yards rushing for Laney. He likes to run there behind 74, Will James, and a guy from over the pond, number 75, Obi, coming from London all the way over here to play football. So, yeah, Laney likes to keep the ball on the ground and play solid defense. Special teams is a real good recipe for success for them. And as you mentioned, we haven't seen the quarterback that we were thinking here, Thomas, yet. And
what is a little bit different as well is that Laney does like to huddle. They like to use the play clock. They don't like the fast-paced, high-octane offense that most colleges use. Man in motion, there's a snap. It's going to be another give to Harris. He breaks a tackle, trying to push the line forward. It's going to be the offensive line will push him forward. They're going to mark him at a gain of about 8 on the play. So Harris back-to-back good carries.
Yeah, we had number 65, Doug Tang, pulling from the right side. You'll see him coming around. They're getting upfield, find some work. Nice hard run there. Gladiators reacting and tackling there. So we got a second. I think a second. No, about 3 yards we'll look at.
So Anderson again will be in the gun. Chabot, only 4 down linemen. We'll see how they start to fare against this high, heavy run attack as there's a snap. It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. It's almost intercepted. It was jumped right in front of a beautiful read there by Justice Brenson, the defensive back, and that would have most likely gone the other way for 6.
That was 6, man. Justice Brenson read that perfect and just came up and just didn't catch the ball. You know, sometimes we used to joke as coaches, and that's why you play defense, man. You know, that's why you're a receiver. Yeah. But that was 6. You know what he was thinking about his touchdown celebration before securing that pass. But really good read, really good reaction. So it's 3rd down now. And as you mentioned, they like to run the ball. Laney's successful in the pass there with the other quarterback, Thomas. They like to run the ball. However, now with the different quarterback, Anderson, we'll see what they do.
So here's Harris. He's going to give it. Harris is going to get it, and I think he's going to be stuffed short, and he is. He's short by a yard.
Great surge by the Gladiators. Really good job by the big guys up front. They've been solid all year with Porter, Graham, and also Fangupu, Porter, Moala. I mean, look at that effort, that push right there. Those guys pushing back.
So here comes the first big decision from Coach John Beam. So 4th and it looks like a long one is where the sticks are. Harris in the backfield. 3 tight ends in the game. There's a snap. It's going to be a give to him. He's hitting the backfield, but he's got room to run. And he's going to stumble down inside the 20-yard line, so they pick up about 20 on the play on 4th and 1.
Right, they go full house backfield here, just big boy on big boy. You'll see Stone step to the left, 42 out there as a personal escort, and 21 Grace, I think, makes a touchdown saving tackle there, man, because he was gonna go there. Nice block by Ochoa of the Eagles. Picks up a big first down there.
So Anderson and the Eagles offense moving the ball quite well here. They're using the run game. As man in motion out of the backfield. There's a snap. It's another give to Harris. He cuts it up the field, but he's stood up by the Gladiator linebackers. So it'll be just a gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I think that was Porter in the center there. As I mentioned, that D-line has been just stellar all year. And Porter's a sophomore. celebrating the sophomore night here along with his teammates up front. Graham and Fangupo and those guys. So we got a second down here.
So here it is, 2nd and about 7. Anderson gets the snap. He's going to get another give to Harris, and he's stood up. It's going to be pushed forward for a game. Give him 3, so it'll be 3rd and short. And a good surge there by the Gladiator defensive line.
Nice play there by Sapoy, number 8, sophomore here. And we got an injury on the field, but you'll see on the replay where he's in there trying to rip the ball out of the ball carrier's hand. And we got an injured Gladiator there. It's number 90, Graham.
Yeah, Jordan Graham.
Out of James Logan, Union City here. So
while he's down on the field, we'll take a quick break. No score here, 11 minutes to go. We'll be right back right after this.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And welcome back after the break. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
definitely two down territory I'm looking at right here.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's early in the game, take a field goal, but Anderson tried to hit that hitch route early on. He might try to go back to that. Now, remember, this is a super important game. Not that every game's important, I know, but when I say it's super important because of the fact that Laney could be the champions of the Base 6.
Yeah, you don't want to wait around on Selection Sunday to see if you get in, or possibly you want to have a home playoff game. There's the snap. It's going to be play action.
There we go.
He's hitting the backfield. He's thrown down. And that is an unbelievable play there by Eric Johnson on the sack. It's another third down sack from this Gladiator defense. And this should be a field goal attempt,
You see Eric Johnson comes blitzing from distance in the defensive back position. He's got 39 tackles on the year, and 2.5 of them have been tackles for loss, going along with 4 sacks. No, excuse me, not 4 sacks. The 2.5 TFLs, I should say. He's been incredible all year from his safety position, and right there, nice call by Coach Fanena as well to bring the heat there.
Yeah, Coach Fanena has really been dialing up the blitzes as of late. So Laney going to attempt a 41-yarder. The kick is up, and it is good. It's right down the middle, and that was a great job by the Laney offense to move the ball down the field and get some points on the opening drive.
Right, but Chabot responded. They came out and they played tough right there. We talked about the bend don't break. You know, they come over with 3 points. You're playing the number 6 team in the state, and you hold them there. That's a real confidence builder. And going back to Johnson on that blitz, and you mentioned the Coach Fanena calling those blitzes lately, and they've been very effective. So we'll see what Laney does here on the kickoff and what Chabot could put together offensively.
So it's Jesse Menzo with the kick from 42, and that was about his range in the pregame warm-up too, maybe about 45, but that looked plenty good from up here. So now we get the first opportunity to see that Chabot offense, and you know there's been quarterback changes back and forth the past couple weeks, but I think that we're going to be getting ready to see here Zach Taylor-Smith, the freshman out of St. Ignatius in San Francisco.
You got 81 Jeremiah Crum back deep. He's leading the team in total yards. He's got 680 yards receiving. He's had 7 touchdown receptions. He's played some quarterback as well, if you recall, and running a couple touchdowns in from the quarterback position. He's been their leader in yards, and he's back deep to receive this kickoff along with number 2, Sanchez.
So there's the kick, and it's going to be taken by Sanchez at the goal line. He's going to run up, has a couple of blockers. He's going to try and cut it to the outside. He's going to drag a man for a couple of yards too, and so he'll get out across the 25 to the 28, and here's where we will see the Gladiators offense for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if we see Taylor Smith, see what kind of offensive game plan Coach Blackshear's put together for him. You know, basically, he's a freshman. He's going against one of the top defenses in the state. He's coming out and, maybe run things that he likes. In other words, things that he's comfortable with. If it's just a quick 1, 2, 3, get the ball out, kind of dink and dunk, or if he's a play action, throw the ball deep guy, we're going to get a look at him.
Yep, you really want to have him settle into the game, especially after his performance last week, 15 of 31 for 228 and a touchdown, but the 6 interceptions, and that's what we were talking about in our pregame, is like just the turnovers and shooting yourself in the foot. You just can't have those, especially against a caliber team like this.
Yeah, and they swarm to the ball, and they blitz from space. They'll bring heat from a distance from defensive back positions.
So Taylor Smith gets a snap. He's just going to dump it off, and it's going to be caught. And breaking a tackle out across the 35 and spun down for a gain of 9. And was that a Roscoe out of the back?
Yeah.
Yep, that was.
I really like that call. We talked about doing something nice and simple, something that's quarterback friendly. We'll call it. To throw some screens, quick hitches. See what Taylor could do here.
And with Sanchez in the backfield and his ability to create a small play into a big chunk play, you can use this screen game as part of your run game, because you know that he's going to get his carries, which this is Taylor Smith keeping it this time, and he's going to go across the 40 for a gain of first down.
To add to what you were saying, not only that, but the play into their strength. You'll see a blitz coming from the top of the screen, so you're going to play into their strength. In other words, he keeps the ball here. You see, pulls it, keeps it. And what I mean by that is getting the ball into your playmaker's hands, put him in space, let him do his thing without putting so much pressure on the quarterback.
So Taylor Smith in the gun. They almost got a guy to jump there, as now he is Orozco in the backfield with Taylor Smith now.
You got Crum, I believe, down here at the bottom of your screen.
One-on-one, and there's the snap. He's going to look. He's going to throw it, and he's short-armed through that one, so that one's incomplete into the slot. And that pass was intended for Connor Kusink.
Yeah, but he's getting the ball out quick, getting the ball to other people, like we talked about in the handoffs there to the backs and the quick screen to Roscoe early. So it's looking pretty efficient running the offense right now.
So 2nd and 10. Roscoe's in the backfield again. There's a snap. He's going to look. He's in the pocket. He's got time. He's going to throw for Crum. He's got him, and it's through the hands and incomplete. There was the one-on-one that we highlight as Jeremiah Crum has slowly become just a power point in this Gladiator offense. He had him, and Crum just couldn't bring it down, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
He had him. He had both hands on it, too. Crum coming. He's here. He goes out now. He comes to us from Texas, and as I mentioned, he is the leading the team in overall all-purpose yards. Having quite a year, and he's a freshman, too, so he'll be back.
So this is a 3rd and 10, and this is when they usually like Damian Mound here. There's a snap, pressure coming. He's going to drop back, throw, and it's looked like it may have been tipped at the line and incomplete. It was intended for Kusig, and the punt team will come on for the Gladiators, and that will be Lauren Flippin.
Yeah, speaking of Mound, you mentioned him there. He was open across the middle. He's right on the C of the field, right on the 50-yard line. So he was open for a split second.
So flipping on to kick, and back to receive for Laney is Jacoby Harris, defensive back out of Tennyson High School. And we'll get to see their first action of the day. There's a snap. It's a good kick, and it looked like it may have been tipped a little bit, and actually they hit Flippin.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down. So
Flippin was hit, and now is this going to be running into or roughing? That we'll see here. Because running into, and it's a personal foul. It's a roughing. So that's a first down given for the Gladiators by the Laney Special Teams.
Yeah, they're going to get a first down here, midfield. I mean, it's not the way they wanted to do it, but they got it. So come back out. And going back to play about 2 plays prior, you were talking about Mound. He was open across the middle there. Mound has been a big part of the offense this year as well. He's got 69 receptions for 763 yards. So he's been a guy that's been a textbook route runner here. Sometimes it looks like he's on rails. He runs so good routes, and we'll look for him to get involved here from catching the passes from Taylor Smith.
And now we'll see after that drive, when a completed pass, then a rush for a first down, and then 3 straight incompletions, maybe they try to keep it on the ground with Sanchez and commit to that run as they do there. There's Sanchez trying to get to the outside. He's got a lane, and he's across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7, so a good pickup on first down to make it 2nd and short.
Right, I like that. You called it. Getting the ball to number 2, Sanchez, and you'll see the lineman running that zone and that stretch, and then you see McAlpin getting downfield too. That was a really good-looking play, that stretch play.
So 7:50 to go, first quarter, 3-0 Laney lead. Gladiators get the first down after the roughing the passer, so now here's Taylor Smith. It's a read option play. He's going to keep it and try and go power up the middle. It's a gain of maybe 1, probably no gain on the play, so that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Taylor Smith is met immediately by number 21, the leading tackler for Laney. That's Josiah Nagulevo, and he read that the whole time there. So Taylor was a little bit indecisive, too, when he was going to give that ball or keep it. So we got a 3rd and about 4 as he looks over to the sideline.
So 3rd and 4, man, bottom of the screen, you got that Jeremiah Crum matchup. He was open on that last deep ball play. You got Damian Mount at the top of the screen. There's a snap. Smith going to look. He's looking for Crum. Nobody open. He's going to try and run with it, and he's going to be taken down. It's a gain of 1.
Ooh.
So now decision time for Coach Fanene here, as it'll be 4th and 4.
Right. He's a freshman. You see him tapping the ball. He's got to get rid of that ball. I know they only rushed 4 on that play, so he's got to get rid of it.
So Chabot offense stays on the field, audibling at the line. Plenty of time on the play clock. Usually never an issue with this Gladiator offense. Taylor Smith gets a snap. He looks. He's got time. Now he's going to try and run with it, and he's going to get bottled up and sacked, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's kind of a repeat of the prior play. You got to have some pocket presence there and awareness. I'm not sure if that was going to be a double move, but he held the ball a little bit too long there.
And it looked like he had a pretty clean pocket. He didn't really have to step up there. So the turnover on downs after the punt, after the roughing the punter, so they get gifted the first down and do nothing with it. So now here comes that Eagles offense.
Yeah, we still got the same quarterback in, Trevor Anderson.
So Anderson gets the snap. He's going to fake it to Harris. He's going to roll out left. He's going to throw, and that's going to be caught by the fullback on the play, or the second tight end in the formation they were in. And he's going to pick up about 10 on the play is what it looks like, and it'll be another first down, and that is Eric Brazil.
So Brazil goes out of the backfield there. He works really well along with his teammate Ryan Ochoa. They do a good job being the sometimes we'll call it the third guard, pulling and running those power plays and doing a lot of the work that's maybe not as glamorous, but they do it. Once in a while they'll catch a ball in the flats like that.
So after the first down, there's a snap. It's going to be a give to Harris, and he's got room to work and holding on and bringing him down at the 45-yard line, so a gain of 6 on the play. So it looks like Laney's really trying to establish the run early in this ball game.
Right. Jonathan Latu, 78, was going at it there a little bit with Moala and kind of helped tackle his own guy there, but he's pulling from his left tackle spot, or left guard, I should say, and they're committing to that run early. And you mentioned before, they huddle. They take a lot of time in the huddle, come out, snap the ball, play solid defense.
So Anderson gets a snap. It's going to be another give, this time to the running back that's going to be spun down. It's going to be his first carry. That's Archie Cole, sophomore running back out of Encinel, gets his first carry of the ball game, and I think he moved the sticks, or they're going to mark him just short, so it'll be 3rd and inches.
Right. That was a nice play by the Gladiators, but nice effort play by number 5, Wanga, his team captain. He's playing defensive left, defensive end, and he runs the play down from him. He runs the hoop, as we call it, runs all the way to the other side and helps out on the tackle.
So 3rd and inches here for the Eagles, as there's the give again. It's actually a play-action pass, and it's thrown at the feet of the receiver. So that's incomplete. The pass was intended for the tight end, D'Amico Tidmore. And so now 4th and inches. Let's see what Laney decides to do, and I'm sure they'll go for it.
Well, Tidmore, he sneaks out of the backfield. We were talking about that, how the job that they do, like with the Choa and his other teammates, they do a lot of the blocking, a lot of the pulling, but once in a while they'll take a play-action pass and get out in the flats. They didn't convert on it.
So again, another 4th down opportunity to get off the field for this Gladiator defense. Last time it was a gain of 20. There's the give to Harris. He's going to cut it up the field, and he's got the first down.
That's Wonga down at the bottom of the pile again. They're getting really good push up front. The Eagles, you'll see here, kind of displacing the line. And you see Wonga come in at the bottom there. There's a lot of physical contact going on. I know it's football, and of course that's what you expect. But, man, you can hear some of the pads popping all the way up here.
So Laney sustaining another long drive here after getting good field position after the turnover on downs by the Gladiator offense. So Anderson gets the snap. He's looking downfield. He's going to dump it off to Harris. There's men there, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45. So a gain of about 5 on the play.
Yeah, throws the ball to the back, and it's Mahe who's leading the team in tackles. He comes out, forces the ball carrier out of bounds there. He's got 63 tackles on the season, and he's going to definitely add to that total as the night progresses.
As there was a flag on the play, and they're going to call a holding, an offensive hold. So a break for the Gladiators as that puts Laney behind the sticks. So now we'll have a 1st and 20.
We were talking about Mahe out of Mount Eden High School here locally in Hayward. He's put up some impressive numbers the past 2 years here. He's sophomore. We talked about those 63 tackles. He's got 4 sacks and 9 tackles for losses as well.
There's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Harris. It's bottled up, and he's going to be taken down. It's just a gain of 2.
And I was just talking about number 10. You heard me talking about him all year here. So number 10, Mahe, makes that play. Like I mentioned, adding to his totals. They got some really good football players here, Chabot.
Yeah, they do. Their defense has really been flying around all year. I mean, the stats do get a little skewed, obviously, when they keep getting put out there after mistakes by the offense or turnovers.
Right.
I mean, they've kept them in a lot of games this season.
Oh, definitely. And a guy like Mahe and his teammates, I mean, not just him, it's a joy to watch.
So 4 wide receivers set. There's a snap. A free blitzer. He's going to throw to the running back to get it dumped off, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Forward progress was stopped. So Coach Fanene there with a blitz on 2nd and 17 got the ball out of Anderson, the quarterback's hands. He just dumped it off to Harris. So a little gain. That brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 15.
I think that was Brestis over there that came up with that hit initially. Out there at the back in the flats. Harris has been involved early, man. He's getting quite a few touches. We talked about him being the leading ground gainer there with 615 yards for the Eagles. He's catching the ball as well.
So big 3rd down, and Coach Fanene on Chabot's defense will call a timeout with 2:18 to go. So big 3rd down, 3rd and 15, 3-0 Laney lead, and we'll be right back right after this.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Welcome back to the campus of Chabot College here in Hayward, California. We have a 3rd and 15 for the Laney Eagles offense. There's a snap and a tug in the backfield. Anderson, he's going to throw. He's got a man open, and it is caught inside the 15-yard line. And what an unbelievable catch there by Devin Franklin, wide receiver out of Hayward High School, and a huge gain on 3rd and 15. And that
You'll
is
see Anderson
to the 14.
rolls out to his right, and Franklin just didn't quit on him. He came running all the way across, running like what we call a over route, and we got a penalty. So Franklin makes that catch. You'll see him. So excuse me, they're going back to play. There's a penalty on the field, but Franklin, being their top receiver with 564 yards and 8 touchdowns, and he's also their overall all-purpose leader in yards gained. So we'll see if the play stands or if it's a sideline warning or what's going on here.
So it was down to the 15. A flag was thrown on the play. And it's going to be a dead ball foul on. We didn't get a signal of which way it's going, but it looks like it's against Chabot, so it could be on Chabot's bench. So that'll bring the ball to the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles now.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul, so we'll see what happens here. It's going to be 1st down. And so we mentioned their running back Harris. Look for him to get the ball here. They went, I think they're still sorting something out there on the field.
Yeah, it looks like the chains may have been misset here. So the ball's at the 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Harris in the backfield with Anderson. Offense spread out. There's a snap. It's going to be a quick fade. It's going to throw to the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. The pass was intended for Reagan Wilson.
That was guard. I think that was number 29 over there, Preston, excuse me. Look at him just battling. I like that they're letting him play there.
It was a lot of hand checking, hand fighting. That's the way to do it. Great job there by Justice Breston in coverage. So now let's see if Laney tries to just ram this ball into the end zone.
Yeah, if they do, they'll do it over here to the right.
That's 2 tight ends in the game. There's a snap. It's going to be a give to Harris. It actually is pulled out by Anderson. He's going to try and run for it, and it's brought down out of bounds at the 6. So a gain of 1 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal.
They had a different formation going on. It looked like it was an unbalanced line to the right with Obi. Number 75 looked like he was lined up at tight end, or they just bumped an extra lineman over. So I was assuming they were going to go to the right, and they pulled it out, and he goes to the left.
So huge 3rd down here for the Gladiator defense as it's 3rd and goal from the 5.
Now we got Franklin. He doesn't even go in the huddle. He's just going to get a signal down here.
So we'll see if they try and get that matchup. But, again, Gladiators have great corners and Grace over there as well. So there's the snap. It's going to be a fade right to him, and it's incomplete. Grace was there. It was actually a quick slant with the backside fade. It's incomplete, and on comes the Eagles field goal unit. So, again, Gladiators bend, don't break, and they force a field goal chip shot.
Great teamwork by Ventura and Grace over here at the bottom of your screen. You had the back running the flats. You had a guy running the flat route and a guy running the post behind him, that guy being Franklin. We got to keep an eye on him because he's been electric all year, catching the ball, running the ball, and everything. He does it all for Laney.
So Jesse Manzo on to kick the 22-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. So a 6-0 Eagle lead with 50.1 to go in the first quarter. It's a rivalry game. We knew it was going to be close and a good one, so we'll have more right after this. Welcome back to the Battle of 880, as it's at Laney College in Oakland versus Chabot College here in Hayward. So Chabot getting another good stop, forcing another field goal. So 2 field goals from Laney has them at a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, we went back to the defense talking about how solid they've been. They had 2 big stops there, and Laney comes away with 2 field goals. So Chabot's been playing solid defensively. Hopefully they can put a drive together here with the quarterback, Taylor Smith.
So Chabot doing the unorthodox. They switch up the return men. It's Jeremiah Crum and Marcel Anderson back there, and it's going to be Anderson to take it at the goal line. So here he comes trying to break a tackle, and he stumbles forward to the 25, so same spot as a touchback, and that's where the Chabot offense will start their second drive, where the last one ended up in a turnover on downs.
Yeah, see that ball set up really nice. Number one hits it, bam. He gets tackled there, but you know what? They've been solid on the return game. That's Marcel Anderson, number one, out of Rodriguez in Fairfield. They got to break one pretty soon. This is last chance to do it.
Yeah. They've had a couple of great opportunities, too, in some of the games that we've been able to call here. So here we go. Zach Taylor Smith is going to bring out the offense for the second time tonight. 9-play drive last time out. Got into Eagle territory, but just kind of stalled on the turnover on down. So let's see if maybe they can try and commit to the run here. Just 3 runs on the last play, on the last drive. And 2 QB designed runs as well. So, Sanchez, no pushover in the backfield.
No, and he catches the ball well out of the backfield.
There's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Sanchez. He's going to look up the middle. He's going to keep his feet moving, carry a defender, and flags or fly in on the play. It's a gain of 6, but we'll pend on the flags.
You'll see this push by Horner and Pole, and Sanchez gets upfield. It's a really good push by the offensive line, and we got another sideline warning going on here with the side judge.
I'm not sure, but the flag came in right where the tackle was made. So that usually indicates maybe, and it is. They're going to call carrying here on the offensive lineman who grabbed Sanchez and pulled him forward for extra yardage.
Well, as I mentioned, Horner had a good push. We'll see Horner and Paul and McAlpin here working this way. So they're zone stepping, trying to climb up to next level. So that's going to be, they're going to call that on Horner, I believe.
They grabbed him and threw him forward. I think you can push from the back, but you can't physically grab him and pull him. So just the 5-yard penalty. So it's still first and 10. So 5-yard penalty from the spot. There's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Sanchez. He tried to cut it up the field, but a good tackle there by Laney's linebackers. It'll be a gain of 5, so right back where we were, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. So a great rivalry first quarter, really. I mean, both teams kind of feeling each other out, hard hitting, and back and forth we go. So Laney up 6-0 on Chabot, and we'll have the second quarter right after these messages.
The broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
Welcome back to the second quarter of play here, Base 6 Conference. This conference game is Chabot and Laney. It is the battle of 880. So a good first quarter. You can kind of tell teams were feeling each other out, but great job by Chabot's defense. Laney had some good sustained drives, but both ending in a field goal, especially the last one was first and goal at the 7. So Chabot, again, though, we've talked about it, their defense is kind of getting out there a long time, though. That's the thing.
Right. They always keep them in the game. We talked about how they've been solid all year defensively, and then we got back to the run game here with Sanchez. We were talking over the break. Maybe just try to get him the ball a little bit here on this stretch play like they did the prior quarter.
And you got to have the offense stay out there a little while to chew some clock, to not have Chabot's defense just get spit right back out there. So there's a snap. Smith, he's going to look. He's going to throw. It's a dangerous throw, but it is caught for a gain of 4 on the play as It was a real dangerous throw there, and I think it was caught by Carlos Franklin. So now Gladiators are going to hurry up to the line. There's going to be the snap. It's going to be to give to Sanchez. He's going to cut it up the field. He's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, we
so
talked
again, a
about
6.
that. Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about over the break. Like I said, the prior quarter. So the first quarter, they were getting that going, that nice zone step to the left there, and then he sees and cuts back. So it's a stretch play, try to get everybody moving horizontal so he could make a cut and go vertical.
And we've been talking all year, really, is just their commitment to the run. It really hasn't been there, but they run the ball so effectively at times that you would think that they would just want to keep sticking to it.
Right. Hilder was over there at right tackle along with Green at right guard.
That's their 5th rush of the game that's been over 5 yards, 7th total, so you might as well keep running the ball. And now we're going to call, Chabot's going to call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock after the first down, and that was Orozco in the backfield.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And welcome back. It is a 1st and 10 now for the Gladiators at their own 41-yard line after they pick it up on the ground after the first down. So Orozco's in the backfield. There's a snap. He's gonna pull it. He's gonna throw it deep, and he's got a man open, and it is incomplete. But there's a flag on the play, and it looks like we'll probably have defensive PI here, as the pass was intended for Derek Purvis.
And we were talking over the break about how the run game has been positive here, setting up a play action there. So we got pass interference versus
defensive
Laney.
Pass interference, and that call was on the defensive back of Marion McCoy, as he was a defensive back in coverage.
Yeah, no, we were talking though about how the run game has just been solid right now, been positive. Keep to that run game. You got a freshman quarterback, and that's a quarterback's best friend is a good run game.
So after the pass interference penalty, it moves the sticks again for Chabot as they are into Eagles territory. Taylor Smith gets a snap. He's going to look. He's pumping. He's pumping. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to gain a couple of yards. Just a gain of 2. So a scramble drill there. It looks like he wanted the quick hitch, but it wasn't open, and he kind of hung onto the ball a little bit too long.
Right. We have to talk about the pocket presence. The pocket presence, I should say. You know, he looks a little trigger happy back there right now.
Right.
You know, he's got to take a big deep breath, slow down a little bit, because that's about three pass attempts that we see that he's just not comfortable back there. Or maybe roll him out. You know, maybe he likes to be on the move or something like that.
So 2nd and 8. Sanchez in the backfield. Taylor Smith gets a snap. Blitz coming. It's picked up nicely. He's going to roll out left. He's going to look. He's going to throw. He's hit from behind, and he's going to be dropped for a sack.
Yeah, Taylor Smith looking through his progressions. Didn't see anything that he liked, so he kept it, went to the left.
That was the defensive back, Kai West, on the pressure and the sack on 2nd down, so it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
He's got to put that ball away, too, when he decides to become a runner. So we got, let's see.
So 3rd and about 8.
3rd and about 8, and I think Sanchez still back in the backfield there.
And you may, looking at Crum at the top of the screen again, there's that one-on-one coverage. Let's see if they try to exploit that. There's the snap. Taylor Smith looking. He's got a clean pocket. Now he's going to step up. Nobody open, and he's going to be hit and dropped. So back-to-back sacks by the Eagles defense, and it'll be another flipping punt.
Yeah, I think that was Eric Moody, number 30, that got to him. But he's holding the ball a long time. We talk about the pocket presence. You know, he's got to go through his progression. And he had a clean pocket, of course, until the sack. It sounds ironic and all, but he did have some time to throw.
Yep.
He just was going through his progressions a little bit slower.
So flipping back to kick from his own 40. And back to receive it is Harris.
Yep, got
a little motion play here from Chabot, and now they're going to get a delay of game penalty. Maybe just to give Flippin a little bit more room.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were doing right there. 5 yards.
Is that what it is? It is a delay of game
Yeah,
penalty.
Taking back to 5. Sometimes you do that and the defense doesn't react. You'll have in essence, a receiver open. You have a guy open because the defense doesn't adjust to the shift.
So Flippin gets a snap. It's almost over his head. And he gets it, and it's blocked. It's blocked by the Laney special teams. They're going to try and pick it up, and it's scooped up by Flippin. So he gets his own punt block, and Laney gets the huge defensive or the special teams play. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that was a high snap, and Flippin, being the athlete that he is, was able to catch it and take it down, and then had enough presence of mind to go get the ball, too. That was an incredible play by Flippin, just to be able to get that ball.
So a special teams blunder by Chabot there gives Laney great field position at the 43.
Yeah, and they've been opportunistic all year, man, on defense, with pick sixes and scooping scores and things like that right there on their special teams. If their offense is scoring, it just seems like their special teams and the defense is doing the scoring and putting them in good field position.
So here's the snap, and it's going to be actually a running back that was in there at quarterback, pushing the
he's still running.
Pushing the pile ahead, it looks like. Still going,
wow.
Being dragged ahead for a first down. It's a gain of 12.
That was a crazy rugby scrum look.
Yeah, so it was Amonte Scott who took the snap in the backfield for the Eagles there as like a wildcat.
Yeah, he was hit initially in the backfield. If you see him as he ran to the left, everybody zone steps to the left, and it was just like a big wave. Kept his feet running. That's a highlight reel for him.
Yeah, so still in the game is Amonte Scott, listed here as a defensive back as he's in the gun with Harris behind him. There's the snap. It's going to be the give to Harris. He's going to run. He's got a big hole. 20, 15, cut back 10, inside the 5 to the end zone. Easy. Touchdown, Eagles. So 2 quick plays after the punt block, and the Eagles are in the end zone for the first time, and now it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing special. We had the left guard pulling out there that looked really well and made that play. The left guard, that was Jonathan Latu, I believe, pulling out to his right from his left guard position. Touchdown, Laney. We'll see the replay. There it goes again. Number 5 running hard. Actually, no one even touched him to the second level.
Exactly.
It seemed like so.
So here's the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So a 13-0 Laney lead, and they capitalize on another blunder that we like to talk about, the shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, my mind's still just foggy right now thinking about that block punt and then that run where they had like a 12-yard gain with everybody. It's like everybody was on the ball carrier and they just kept going. So sorry to everyone at home. My mind, like I said, just in the fog right there. Yeah. I couldn't believe those 2 things just happened right now. And you mentioned just shooting yourself in the foot. I don't think Chabot has any toes left anymore.
And it was really interesting, though, on that drive. Just 2 plays, but they had Amonte Scott, defensive back freshman from Seattle. He was in at the quarterback position there. So, I mean, it was an unorthodox formation, really. Because especially when you would think, like, with DeMontre Thomas, a quarterback who we thought we would see tonight, is a key runner.
Yeah.
And so you would think that he would be back there if they're trying to run a heavy-set quarterback run offense, but
we haven't seen him.
We haven't seen him at all.
With that being said and done now, Chabot just settle down here, get something going offensively, which we all know they could do. So we'll take a look at that happening right here with a good return. We talked about how they've been solid all year with their returns, and they got to bust one pretty soon.
So it's going to be Crum. He's going to get it. He'll get it at the 7. So here comes Crum. He's going to try and go up the middle, and he's got a lane. He's going to break a tackle across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
Yep, Crum, the all-purpose yards leader for Chabot. Gets behind his teammates there. They set up a good wall. Taken down after a good return. They're going to get the ball spotted about the 33-yard line, I believe.
Yep. So now this is when the Chabot offense, you got to answer with a score here.
Yeah, you have to.
Got to get some type of points.
You got 10:28 left in the second quarter, 13-0. You're down. So you got to come out right now. And we talked about they were running the ball very well. They were throwing screens. They haven't went back to that screen on first down yet. That was effective for them early on in the game.
And Laney already with 3 sacks in the game, so maybe you just start to try and just pound the rock because this game's not anywhere out of hand as there's just giving the ball to Crum on a little jet sweep action, pop pass, and it's a gain of 4, maybe 3. Let's see where they mark it. So there you go again, just different ways to try and get the run game going.
Right, and something just a forward pass. He comes in motion and picks up a block by number 6, Mound, who's been quiet up. So we got to look for number 6 to run that patented hitch route that he runs there.
Right.
He'll catch that, and he'll have a one-on-one situation where he can make a defender miss.
And he also loves the yak yards after the catch, on especially those quick slants on third down. That's where we've known to really hear the name Damian Mound.
Yeah, he's come up and been really special from SoCal, come up here and has done a great job for the
Taylor Smith snap. He's going to throw it. Speaking of Mound, he's going to get his first catch. He's going to break a couple tackles, spin forward across the 40, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about right now. Just get him the ball. He runs a little hitch, comes out, catches it, tries to make a guy miss. But, man, the Eagles rally really well to the football.
They fly around defensively. So 3rd and 3 for the Gladiator offense. This is just a huge third down just for the game flow as they have press coverage across the board except for the bottom of the screen here, and I think that's where Crum is. There's a snap. It's going to be a 3rd down run to Sanchez, and he's hit in the backfield but stumbled forward for a gain of 1. So now it'll be 4th and 2.
Punt team's coming out. Sanchez looked like if he could have just kept his feet there, he fell about a yard short, I believe.
So flipping and the punt team comes on, and that was exactly what you did not want, was a quick 3 and out that took less than a minute off the clock.
No, you're right, because like as you mentioned, there's no time really that came off, and you're going to give them the ball back.
And the defense, again, is just being forced to go right back out there. And remember, the punt was blocked last time. This time a good snap. Flippin's got time, and that goes off the side of his foot. So it'll roll forward. Not a very good punt. No. A punt of just about 18 to 19 yards. Flippin not happy with himself there, and it'll be great field position for the Eagles. So the Eagles offense will come right back out on the field.
Now the Eagles have been controlling the ball. I know that last drive, as we talked about, was different there because it only took a couple plays, but they've been running the ball effectively. And Chabot's been answering, holding him to 2 field goals early on. So
you just wonder on that first drive if Brenston comes down with that interception and goes the other way for 7, how different this game would look.
Yeah, they're going to take a shot pretty soon.
Here's the offense, and again, it's the defensive back in the backfield. It's Harris getting it. He's going to pick up 9 on the play. So yet again, they're just sticking with number 39, Amonte Scott, in the backfield.
Yeah, and 54, Chris Smith was pulling around, running downfield as well. So it's a first down. On first down, that's not positive there for Chabot, but we'll see what they come up with here. Coach Fernandez has been idling up blitzes, and the guy's been playing hard here, so we'll see if they're going to keep it on the ground as far as Laney.
So Smith gets a snap. It's going to be play action. He's going to roll out right. Now he's going to throw a left-handed throw, and he's hit. And it's just a gain of about 7 on the play, maybe 6. So a good job on first down.
Yeah, play action with Will Jones, 74, out in front. And it completes a pass out in the flats off that play action. We talked about how that run game has been so effective. It's just opening up the play action for Laney.
So Amani Scott, that's his first pass of the game. So we don't know if maybe Trevor Anderson got hurt in this game or if they just wanted to change up their quarterbacking, but It looks like Scott's going to be the man to go as he's going to keep it and running to the outside, and he's got room and blockers. He's down the sideline and steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line, so it's another Eagles first down.
Yeah, you mentioned we don't know who's going to be at quarterback, so we're going to see him right now. He keeps it, goes down the sideline, picks up a good block from, I believe that was Ochoa up top. So if they're going to stick with him, who was listed as a defensive back, you mentioned.
Yeah, we got him right here as a Monty Scott, defensive back, 6'3", 205 freshman out of Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, so Scott's in there.
So we'll see if we get any type of information from the Eagles sideline. But for now, we're just going to ride with Scott, as Scott's going to give it to the running back, and it's going to be tracked to the outside. Good stiff arm on the play. And it was a great rush there. Well, he just kind of got stringed out, so just a gain of about 1 from Archie Cole.
Yeah, you had Mahe run into the ball. He got stiff-armed there, but then you had Grace coming in, along with number 32, Moala.
Did a great job by Chabot's defense there. It's actually a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, no, great job. Kept the guy running horizontal. Keep his. You want to see his helmet decals, what we say. You want to keep the guy running sideline to sideline and not let him turn up field, and that was a great job there by the Gladiators.
So Scott will be in the gun again, and this will be Cole in the backfield with him. 4 wide receivers set. There's a snap. He's going to drop back. Lefty's going to look. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep to the corner of the end zone. Nobody there. It's way out of bounds and incomplete, so good coverage there from the Gladiator defense, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, great job by the Gladiators. You mentioned there the coverage was great. And you got the 4 guys rushing upfield. Goes out, tries to buy some time, and he threw the ball into where there was 2 defenders there. So really good job. 2 back-to-back solid plays by the defense here of Chabot.
So an absolutely massive 3rd down for the Chabot defense here, because this is probably right on the fringe of field goal range, and if you can just force a punt even, and let's try and see. Fanene loves to bring pressure here.
Not sure who's in at running back there. I think that's someone going.
Yeah, that's Cole. There's the snap. He's just going to dump it off to him, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, we just mentioned him. He goes out in motion.
So it was Archie Cole, who was in the backfield, tried to just do a little swing screen pass, and it was incomplete. So we'll bring up a 4th and 11, and let's see what Coach Beam decides to do here. Is he going to kick the field goal or force to punt? And it looks like the field goal unit is out, so from 51 yards.
Man, going back to the defense again, another solid effort here. Solid job. Let's see if they can hold them to the 3 points.
So this is a different kicker in from the other field goals. This is Billy Gramanjo from 51 yards out left hash. Good hold, good kick, and it is. Did he get it? No, he missed it wide left.
Yeah. Great job by Chabot. We're talking about
plenty of leg.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my goodness. And Chabot gets the stop that they needed there, so they will get the ball in pretty good field position as well.
Yeah, really good job. They got to do something now offensively. Yeah, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes, 17 seconds. Get the ball, go downfield, put some points on the board. It doesn't matter if it's a field goal, hopefully a touchdown, of course, but just put a drive together here. Keep your defense off the field until the next half.
So this is, and even now, we keep repeating it, but this is a huge drive.
Yeah.
Because not only, but what you just said was key. If you can go down, 5:17 left, score with 5 minutes, 5-minute drive, you get the ball to start. So Taylor Smith looking. He's going to pump. He's still going to pump. Now the ball's loose, and it's picked up. This is going to be a scoop and score for the Eagles. 10-5 touchdown. Laney.
No, man. That's number 21, I believe. Let's see who that was. So we got Zach Taylor Smith. We talk about the pocket presence. It was number 32 who comes up with the scoop and score. But we talk about that's Isley Cassidy. But the pocket presence or lack of right there by Zach Taylor Smith, we mentioned that a few times already tonight. He's sitting there patting the ball and not moving his feet. You got to have active feet, active eyes, and active body back there, and that ball's got to come out.
So after the importance of the drive, one play, scoop and score, strip sack, touchdown, And this extends the lead for Laney as they're on to kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Manzo tacks on the extra point. So with 5:08 to go, it's a 20-0 Eagle lead. And we'll be right back right after this.
The broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And welcome back as it is a 20-0 Eagle lead after the defensive scoop and score. It was Isley Cassidy getting the strip sack as it's kicked to Crum, and he's going to take it out of the end zone, trying to make something happen. Crum at the 30. He's going to break it up the field. Outside contain, not there. He's across the 30, over to the 35, and runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So a good return there from Jeremiah Crum.
Yeah, great return, man, because it took a lot of guts there. He took that out of the end zone, took off and ran to the left, picked up some key blocks. You see Anderson out there out front as well, along with 28. I thought he was going to take a knee back there. He said, nope, I'm taking it, man. I'm going to keep going. But, going back to the prior drive, we're talking about how Chabot was playing solid defensively, and just everything was looking really bright and positive, and then all of a sudden a turnover and take a step back instead of taking that step forward.
So you got to you can't let this game start to get out of hand here. If you can score here, you bring it, within 13-point game again, and then you get the ball back. So, we'll see what they do here as there's a snap, and it's going to be just a give to Sanchez up the middle and a gain of 3.
Just do that, and I really like what Pole did right now. 77 being the big team captain, big brother that he is. He went over there and tapped Taylor Smith on the head there. Said, "Let's go, buddy. Let's do this." Make him feel confident and just run the ball there. That's great. Number 2, Sanchez has been solid all year too. Get him the ball. Take your time right now. Take as much time off the clock as you can, and come away with some points. That's the objective right now.
Just get any type of points.
Correct.
A Vargas field goal is perfect as well. There's
Correct.
the snap, and it's going to be another give to Sanchez. He's wrapped up in the backfield, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, just gains 1. And that was the hardest 1 yard he's probably had in a while, so that'll bring up 3rd and 7 now.
Yeah, you see the linebacker come up. You'll see him flash on the screen there. Not sure who that was for Laney. Missed the tackle there initially. Sanchez did a good job to get away from him, but he couldn't get away from everybody else. So it's going to be 3rd down.
So 3rd and long. This is when we haven't called Mound's name a lot tonight, and not a lot of Crum tonight either. There's a throw, and it's just miscommunication all over the board. It was almost intercepted. Right. And there's a 3 and out, and here comes the punt unit.
Yeah, no, Jack Taylor Smith's looking at the receiver here. They're a little discussing it there, so it's a little mix-up. But what I did like about that, the ball came out of his hand right away there. That was good.
It was Damani Burrell who was the intended receiver, but he went on a go route, and it looked like Taylor Smith was looking for a hitch route or a quick curl. So the 3 and out, flipping back to kick it, and now it's a low snap, and now there's the good flipping kick as it's over to Harris. Harris, and he fumbled it. And Harris muffed it, but regains possession, and he stepped out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That was almost
a big play the Gladiators needed there. Yes, that was it right there. So he touched the ball there. The ball comes out, and the referee says he was out of bounds there. So, man, that would have been a huge, huge momentum change, boost, I should say, for the Gladiators. So the defense goes back out again. They've been out there the whole first half. And we talked about they've been out there the whole year. And see if they come away with the stop. They've been solid. Let's see what they could do here.
So the Eagles offense again, they've just come off a missed field goal. There's a snap. It's going to be a give to the back, trying to cut up the middle and pick his way for just a gain of 2, maybe 3. And that was Cole with another carry.
Cole following Will James along with the rest of that offensive line. You'll see him pulling here. Hat on hat. Wanga doing a great job getting rid of the offensive lineman there and getting in on that tackle.
And it looks Laney in no rush, of course, to try and hurry up and score. They've had the big play offense so far. There's a snap, and it's going to be just another give to Cole. Actually, it's kept by Scott. He breaks a tackle and fumbles forward for a gain of 8 and a first down.
You'll see Wanga here at the top of your screen playing that. I call it slow playing that because he turns the runner back inside to his help. So even though Wanga didn't initially make that play, it was a really good job by being fundamentally sound and forcing the ball carrier back in towards his help. Nice to see Wanga out there because he was hurt at the beginning of the season.
Right.
He's done a good job coming back, being the team leader.
So Scott gets a snap this time. Another give to Cole, and he is hit hard, and the ball came
out.
Loose. But they're going to say the runner was down.
I don't know.
So I don't know about that.
It's our guy again. I was just talking about him. Number 5, you see on the replay. Wanga is the bottom of your screen here. Slides down, following the ball carrier. Was it Wanga and Mahe? Both. That ball's loose, man. That ball was out.
So they're going to go runner down by contact. Let's see.
No, you'll see Wanga
if
and Mahe.
that knee was down.
I don't know. We could be officials at home, I guess.
Yeah.
Regardless, the play's going to start over here, so no replay.
Yeah,
here
it
in
looked
junior
like
college
maybe
football.
the knee was down, but it's too close to call. There's a snap. It's just a straight give to Harris there, and he gained about 11 on the play, so it's good for a first down.
That's been their bread and butter play. They're pulling a guard there, Will James, 74, and they get a really good push up front. And that offensive line is starting to wear now on the defensive line. Big guys up front, Van Gupo is getting double teamed and getting pushed a little bit there.
So Laney just totally taking the air out of the ball right now, as now it's going to be a timeout, and it's going to be Coach Fanene using their third and final to try and stop the clock, I'm assuming, just with 1:16 to go in this first half. It's a 20-0 Laney lead. We'll be right back right after this.
Way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that
And welcome back, as there's a $1:16 to go, first half. Laney leading 20-0. Now it's 1st and 10 from their own 42. Scott gets the snap, and it's going to be a fake give. He's going to roll out to the right. He's going to flip the hips and throw, and he's got a man open, and it's caught.
That's Mahe on the coverage there. Got the fullback out in the flats, or H-back. I'm not sure who that was, if it was Ochoa. On that play action's been solid, setting up this rollout. And Mahe drifts back. He starts kind of bit on the play action.
So a really good throw there by Scott, especially as a left-handed quarterback, to roll out to the right and just flip the hips kind of like a shortstop and let that thing go.
Yeah, not bad for a defensive back out of Seattle.
Yeah.
Who had no idea could play quarterback.
Yeah. And we never really saw this in any of the
never,
games.
yeah.
I mean, any of the other games we've watched, I didn't see it. There's Scott. He's going to throw the heat on it, and it was almost right into the arms of the linebacker, Mahe.
Yeah, talking about that quarterback play, we wasn't expecting him. And he's come in and he's doing quite a good job here for Laney. So we'll take a look here what they're going to do. I believe that was Moala on the coverage.
So 2nd and 10 from the 40. Just 1:04 to go. So plenty of time left for Laney to tack on more points before the end of the half. There's a snap. It's going to be a quick screen, and it's blown up in the backfield. There's going to be a hold on the play for sure, as Grace flew in there and sniffed that one out, and he was just grabbed by the wide receiver, so this thing will be pushed back.
Yeah, you'll see Grace at the bottom of your screen just flashes up here, reads and reacts, and he gets mugged there by the receiver of Laney, so that's going to be against them. Against Laney, officials are talking about it. Nice play by Grace. Now, Grace is here from Honolulu, Hawaii, a sophomore, enjoying his sophomore night. That was great what they did here, too, by the way, what Chabot did for the sophomores and had that ceremony for them before the kickoff. So,
yeah, so it's offensive holding, and it was just great play recognition there by Grace, too. He knew it was a screen immediately as you saw his slot receiver go out to block.
Right, so that's going to be
so after the 10-yard penalty, it'll bring up 2nd and 20.
2nd and 20, so we're looking at, we got the backup to the backup to the backup quarterback. So, see what they do here to keep it on the ground.
2nd and 20, 58 seconds to go. They have a full complement of timeouts, and it's going to be just a quarterback draw up the middle. He's tripped up after the gain of about 6, and now Laney's timeout. Laney is going to use a timeout here.
That was Moala, I believe.
50 seconds to go.
That was 26. I'm going to apologize. That's Kalili. Kalili out of Hawaii as well. You'll see him come down on read and react on the quarterback draw. Gets to the ankles and takes him down.
So now it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 to be exact. So we'll see if Laney tries to just pick up about 10 yards and get into field goal range or so, as they did just miss a 51-yarder, but it had plenty of legs, so it wasn't.
That was 99, Billy Gramajo, that came in out of nowhere. We did, he's another guy we didn't really think we'd see, and he came in and attempted a long field goal. So that's something, you're right, that they might attempt to do, just to try to get as many yards as they can to put them in a different type of situation. Also on the hash mark, too, you might think, if they try that, where's my guy good from? In other words, is he better on the right hash or left hash? And those types of things are also something that the coach is going to consider before sending the team back out there.
Because that was he missed it wide left and from the left hash. So we'll see what they do here. Scott in at quarterback, standing at the 50. So trips to the top of the screen, one single wide receiver. Let's see if Coach Benene likes to bring the blitz, because he does in these situations. They're only rushing 4, and they're going to roll him out again. He's going to throw, and it's almost intercepted. It was intercepted, but the feet were out of bounds, so it's an incomplete pass, and they do force a punt, I would assume, here.
Well, they're still looking at the sideline. You'll see him roll out, and we haven't seen a lot of completions from him at quarterback. As mentioned, been more of a runner. So I'm looking at the sideline, see what they decide to do here.
So it is the punt unit that will come on for Laney for the first time tonight.
So there we go. We got everybody on the field now. 11.
There's the snap, and it's bobbled. It's dropped, and it's almost blocked. Goodness. And it's going to be bounced at the 16 and have a little backspin down to the 20. And Chabot almost had the block, and most likely would have been a scoop and score, because there was only one personal protector is what they call it.
I was waiting for it to get set up. That's why I mentioned that, hey, they got 11 now. Everybody's set, because it looked like really rushed by Laney. So they didn't look too confident, and then they got the ball. They got the poor snap, and I thought Chabot was going to get that ball on a block.
So 33.7 to go you only have, I don't think they have any timeouts, and you haven't been able to really block that well.
No.
Well, the offensive line has done a good
Yes,
job, but
yes.
it seems like when the quarterback gets into the backfield, he kind of holds on to it a little too long. But it looks like they have Flippin back there right now. Flippin and Sanchez are the two in the backfield.
He's just keeping him run here right now.
That's what it looks like, as Sanchez is the one looking at the plays from the sideline. So Flippin, and it's not a good snap, but Sanchez picked it up. He took the snap right away from Flippin.
Yeah.
And I think
is going to the half right now. I don't think they
so
snap another
that's
player.
what it looks like, and they're not going to, is what it will look like, I would think.
Yeah, go in, regroup. Come back out. You're going to get the football right now anyway, so I think that's what they're going to do right now. Man,
Well, that's exactly what they'll do, yeah.
this first half's been something else, man. Solid defense on both sides of the ball. This Chabot's defense been out there a long time, and a couple special teams breaks that didn't go the way you wanted it to.
The difference right now is the defensive touchdown from Laney. It was the 32-yard scoop and score, and that made it 20-0. So at the end of one half, 20-0, Laney leaves. It's the Battle of 880, and we'll have an exciting second half here on sophomore night coming up after all of our proud sponsors' messages. So we'll have the second half and just, 30 more minutes left of football for the season, huh?
Yeah.
So we'll be right back after these messages.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
We
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
We
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think One of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
You drove all the way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court here.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And welcome back to the second and final half of football here at Chabot College. So, Chabot, Laney, battle of 880. It's a 20-0 Eagles lead. Just 30 minutes left in your football season, and if you're sophomores, it could be the last 30 minutes of your football playing career. If not others, you look forward to next year or maybe on to new colleges. Dominic Carriel along with Carlos Franco. So, first half, it's just blunders. Really, again, for the Gladiators, just blocked punt, you had the fumble, scoop, and score. It's just more of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you're right on that. You know, they when I say they, talking about Chabot here, it's been solid defensively. Special teams have been playing really well. However, just those blunders you're talking about, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're giving Laney an opportunity. Now, Laney has played solid defensively and has ran the ball very well, but offensively they scored a touchdown, a couple field goals, and they scored on defense. So it hasn't been an offensive shootout. So it's whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win this game. And right now it's been Laney who's been playing solid defense as well as Chabot. However, they haven't made the mistakes that Chabot has made.
So Chabot getting the ball to start the second half. We'll see maybe do we see a quarterback change or you got maybe something to spark the offense? As there's a kick, and it'll be taken at the 1, and it was Crum who slipped and fell, but he's got a seam, and he comes across the 20, but it's closed down rather quickly to the 23-yard line. So it looks like we are going to stay with we're going to stay with Zach Taylor-Smith. He's going to stay in there as quarterback for this Gladiator offense.
Crum lost his footing there and then has that solid return. We talked about Crum being the leader in yards gained, all-purpose yards for Chabot, so he's adding to his total. And you mentioned that they're going to stick with Zach Taylor-Smith, the freshman, coming back out for the second half.
So Sanchez will be in the backfield with him.
Sanchez has been impressive this first half, and actually all year.
He has.
He's a freshman, going to be something special here for Chabot out of San Leandro High School.
And just the problem with being down 20-0, you can't just keep force-feeding it to him, so they will here flip it out to him. He's one-on-one with a safety, and it's an unbelievable tackle there. It's just a gain of 1. Great job by the Laney defense.
I think that was number 9, I believe, on the tackle, Isaac Rojas of Laney. Football doesn't work out for him. Maybe WWE wrestling, you see him just driving and picking him up and throwing him down. And that's all fun and games. That was a really nice, clean, solid tackle by him. And nice game by Sanchez.
So there's a snap, and it's going to be a keeper here from Taylor-Smith, and it's just going to be another gain of 1, so now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's Taylor-Smith just deciding to keep that, fakes it to Sanchez, and tries to get behind those big bodies there in the black jerseys. So like you mentioned, so you're in the 3rd and long again.
So 3rd and long for the Gladiators. Again, they've had 2 consecutive 3-and-outs. There's a throw to Crum, and it's skipped in there. It's incomplete. He had him open on the outbreaking route, but it was just a couple yards short of arm, and that'll be another 3-and-out, and here comes flipping on to punt.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw. He barely got it over the linebacker there of Laney. Put it in front of the cornerback, but he did get it over there. I didn't think he was. I thought he was going to get picked there. That was a little scary from our point of view up here. But that's not what you wanted. We didn't want to get a 3-and-out, and that's what we're looking at right now.
So Lauren flipping on to punt. He's had one block today. That one's almost rolled back to him. So there's a kick. It's a pretty good one. And it's received there by Harris. And Harris trying to spin away. And he's going to try and change field. And he's going to cut up the field. But he's going to be taken down at the 45-yard line. So 44 now officially.
Yeah, one of the Gladiators in there was number 51, Ian Earhart, out of El Camino in South San Francisco. Now, Hilder is, I believe, the snapper on there was down there as well. But those snaps, that they have not been too well. If it's been Hilder all night doing that, had a couple bad snaps on those punts.
And that was one of the main reasons that led to a blocked punt, though, too, because Lauren Flippin had to climb the ladder to catch it, then come back down, and then it was blocked.
Yep, and he's out of Shoshone, Wyoming, and usually the Hilder fan club is usually out here, where 4 or 5 people wearing 72 jerseys. So I'm not seeing them tonight. It's a little chilly.
So Anderson back in the game at quarterback for the Eagles, as it's just a straight give to Harris, and he gains 4 on the play.
Yeah, they're going back to the bread and butter, just running the ball. They got the positive gain here, motion, pulling a guard from the right side. They've been doing that all night, and you talked about now a different quarterback back in, I should say.
Yeah, we're right back to Trevor Anderson.
And it's not a game that Laney, that Coach Beam is looking ahead of. Like I'm going to set my starters.
Exactly.
No, that's not the case here, because they have to win tonight to be assured a top seed in the playoffs.
So Anderson gets the snap, and it's going to be a give to Harris, and he's going to be swallowed up. It's just a gain of 1, and he split forward and got the first down. I think maybe short by 1 yard. They're going to mark him just short. I don't know how he got out of that tackle.
I think Moala had him down at the bottom. I believe so. We'll see on the replay. But Harris is just running hard, man. Just would not be denied. That's just attitude. When I've said this before, just because you're running with the ball doesn't mean you got to be soft. It's attitude. And tackling is attitude, running the ball is attitude. And right there, he was showing that he just was not going to be denied. He was going to keep running. And
that replay showing the ball actually came out late there, but again, they called him down on contact. There's a snap. It's a quarterback keeper, and he's thrown down. It's no gain on the play. Mahe with a huge third down stop. So now it's going to be 4th and 1, and let's see what Laney decides to do. It looks like the offense will stay out on the field.
Number 10, Mount Eaton Mahe, comes downhill, reacted, makes the tackle on 3rd down to bring up a 4th and short. He's just, I mentioned him in the first half, he's leading the team in tackles, and just been awesome to watch these past 2 years here.
And now Laney in that 31 personnel here. They got the 3 tight ends all bunched in. There's a snap. It's just a direct give to Harris, and he's going to get the first down and a lot more. He breaks a tackle, stumbles forwards, pushed ahead, and he gets to the 20-yard line. So another big gain on 4th and short for the running back, Jacob Harris.
It just looked like a train there. Locomotives just going back there pushing. You mentioned that big boy personnel, 42 Ochoa pulling from the right to the left, and he gets the down block from the play side of the offensive line. And first down, man. There's just a solid fundamental football there, hat on hat.
So after the first down, it's 1st and 10 from the 20, and the Eagles threatening again for another touchdown. There's the snap. It's going to be a rollout. Anderson. He's looking. He's going to throw, and it's going to be caught by the wide receiver. He's brought down inside the 10, so it'll be a first down, and it will be 1st and goal. And that one was caught by the wide receiver.
Anderson on the rollout there. He's running. He's attacking the line of scrimmage, which is important on that type of play. When he rolls out, though, the field starts to shrink. The windows start to close. That's why he's being aggressive running to that line of scrimmage, because if he decides to keep it, we call it a sprint option, he can just take off and run.
It was D'Amico Tidmore, the tight end, actually, that came all the way across the formation to make the catch.
And it was a play action.
So, but now it's 1st and goal from the 9. Anderson gets a snap. It's going to be a give to Harris. He's going to run up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets across the 5-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I think Moala had him initially. He escaped, and Moala had him down at his feet.
And whistles
down
blowing.
At his feet there. You'll see Moala just missed him in the backfield. And we got an injured Gladiator. I think it's Van Gupo.
Looks like it.
Or Porter, not sure.
Looks Porter, yeah. I think it is Porter. Hard to tell with the jersey scrunched up, but I think it is Porter. So Robert Porter walking off under his own power. Sophomore out of Granada High School.
Porter has had quite the year here this year for the Gladiators. He's leading the team in sacks. He has 5 sacks. He has 11 tackle for losses, which go along with 39 tackles that, of course, he's added to his totals this evening. But he's just been real solid up front. Another thing he does, too, that doesn't show up on the stat sheets is he commands a double team.
Right. One of the better run stoppers on this defense for sure. So now it's 2nd and goal. It's going to be a fade. They're going to throw, and it's incomplete. Actually, it looked like an out route more than a fade route. So it's incomplete on 2nd and goal. So that'll bring up a big 3rd down and goal.
I think Eric Johnson, got his hands on that. You'll see him get up right about there.
Did he get a tip on it?
No, I
don't
guess
think so.
He didn't, but I thought he did initially.
It just looked like how the ball came out. It was a little awkward. So
right.
I thought you would think it was either tipped or not. So here we go. Anderson in the gun. He's got Harris with him. There's the snap. It's going to be give to Harris. He's going to stretch out left. There's black jerseys there, but he cuts it up the middle and in for a touchdown. A great job there by the running back, Jacob Harris. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and he stretched that all the way out left and just made that one cut, and he walked in.
Yeah, he follows 74 Jones along with his teammates there. They just step to the left and then get upfield. We call it on to on. So if you step to your left, no one's in your gap, you go up to the next level. But they did pull Jones from the right side. And touchdown, Laney.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV.
Oh, it's a fake.
And it's a fake on the extra point, and it's going to be in. Or did he fumble the ball out of bounds?
Not sure.
It looked like it could have been a fumble out of bounds for a touchback,
Scott,
but
I believe that was Scott holding on the extra point attempt. Went for 2 there. On the fake. So,
and it was just a straight fake.
Yeah.
So it's just diving into the end zone. I don't know. It looked like he.
Yeah. So 39 Scott was the holder, and he took off with the ball there. So
they called it up and good, but it looked like I think he may have lost the ball and threw the back of the end zone. So I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see on the replay there.
That ball's loose there, it looks like. Maybe we don't have the down-the-line shot, so maybe he had it extended. I'm not really sure, but that makes it a 28-0 game, so that makes it a just 4 touchdowns straight. So they go right down the field and score, plus the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of this game. We mentioned about the recruiting part as well, the battle of 880. You get guys, we're mentioning players from Hayward, from San Lorenzo, from Oakland, all these different places. So they're in between. Am I going to go to Chabot? Am I going to go to Laney? So this is an important game also for the recruiting that we talked about. And they're seeing some quality football here, man. The Bay 6 conference is just solid, and it's great to see these teams competing out here on this nice, chilly evening.
Just one of the better conferences, too, as they had 4 of the 6 teams in the top 15 this week going into the final week of rankings.
Right, no cupcakes in the schedule.
And so this is going to be like a pooch kick, and it's going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line. So that's where Laney will start out Chabot will start out their 2nd possession of the half.
Yeah, it was 31 Christian Gonzalez. I don't know if you remember a few weeks back, he had a couple of returns, man. Gonzalez, I was teasing, was leading the league in kickoff returns, but Gonzalez is a freshman out of Kennedy and Fremont. So we'll come back out here. Zach Taylor-Smith at the helm.
So Zach Taylor-Smith, freshman quarterback. He's got Orozco in the backfield with him. I would think you have to start just pushing the ball down the field. I mean, you got to get yards and you got to get points quickly.
We'll take a look and see if he can push it down the field.
There's a snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to look, and there's the shot to Crum, and he's open, and he's almost got it. It's going to be a pass interference. It's going to be defensive pass interference, and it's actually going to be on number 7 again. That is Amarion McCoy. It's actually going to be his 2nd pass interference of the game.
Horner, Bole, McAlpin, everybody, the big guys up front, Green and Hilder doing a good job, giving him plenty of time. And we were just talking about, he had to push it down the field, and I said, well, I don't know if he can. We'll take a look and see it. And he can definitely throw it. He can show some arm strength there.
So one play, they take a shot down the field, and it was pass interference.
and he had a lot of time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he's had time to throw the ball tonight. We talked about his pocket presence being something that maybe they talked to him about at halftime.
Yeah.
Because the offensive line has been giving him some time to throw the ball.
It's just he's pumped a couple times when you just got to get rid of it.
Correct. Got to pump them feet as well.
They take the shot, blitz coming, it's picked up, it's going to be thrown over the middle and incomplete. So pretty close call, actually, there as the pass was intended for Devin Wagner and incomplete.
Yeah, we're talking about, the pocket presence and his pump fakes, and I said pump them feet because you just got to have that pocket presence. You don't have to be the most athletic guy back there, but you got to know how to navigate back there. People talk about, like, say, a guy like Dan Marino who wasn't the super, sprinter type guy, but he had that pocket awareness, and that's something that's real important that he's got to learn.
So man in motion, that's Mound. It's going to be a screen to Sanchez, and it was tipped at the line, and Sanchez is bottled up. It was so well read by the Eagle defense, and that'll bring up third and very long.
Yeah, it's 21 Nagovelo. And I do like this call, though, with the screens that we were talking about over the break at halftime to get Sanchez the ball. Some of the running backs or Mound on these quick plays, but read really well by number 21, the leading tackler for Laney.
So 3rd and 14 on the play. This is Mound and Crum time here, you would think, for the Gladiators. And, I mean, they've taken 2 deep shots at Crum, and one of them's been a PI, and the other one went through his hand. So you've had, if you want it, and it looks like he's looking that way, and there he is again. That one's going to be
brought
down.
There.
That's brought down again. So pass interference. It's another first down for Chabot. And they're just, look, at this point, they're just picking on McCoy over there.
Yeah. I want to know if he's the real McCoy, as we say there. So they're going after him. Crum has been incredible all season here. So they're trying to get him the ball. And he threw that. The safety came over a little bit late to help out. But nevertheless, I mean, he was in a good position to get that ball.
So two first downs on pass interference penalties, trying to take a deep shot. And why not? If you got to push the ball.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if they maybe go right back down to that matchup. Crum on the sideline, but there's a snap. It's bobbled. Smith looking. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Damian Mound, and it was incomplete. And that was really good press coverage there from Devin Franklin.
Yeah, that was number 40, the linebacker, Logan Ketchum. You'll see him. I thought he was going to maybe get that ball, but Mound was open for a second. Then he started to close the window, Ketchum. Then he started to, at middle linebacker, started to kind of drift back a little bit. And Taylor Smith felt confident that he could give him the ball there. Got to get Mound the ball in some way, shape, or form,
Just the way that he breaks tackles, especially with the ball in his hands. He's such a playmaker. So 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion. So Taylor Smith, and it's going to be a timeout. So the Gladiators will burn a timeout with 8:18 to go, 3rd quarter. It's a 28-0 Laney lead, as we'll be right back right after these messages.
This broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And welcome back, as there's a flag out of the timeout, and I think we may get a false start. And that's exactly what it is. So not what you want out of the timeout.
No, you never want to get a penalty after a timeout. And you had a good situation there. You had Damani Burrell up at the top of your screen going against number 7, McCoy, up top of your screen. So we got trips down over at the bottom of your screen. They're bringing over to safety. We're talking about the matchup, how Zach Taylor Smith's been taking some shots.
There's a snap. He's going to look, throw it. It's batted at the line of scrimmage and almost into the hands of the linebacker, but incomplete. So now it'll be 3rd and 15 And here you just got, well, it's 4-down territory for sure.
Right.
And you just have to get at least 7 or 8 and make it a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, exactly. You don't try to get all back at once. And he went looking towards McCoy's side that we were talking about, that man coverage. Just got batted there, so we'll see what happens here on 3rd down.
McCoy's now moved to the top of the screen. There's a snap. Blitz coming. Free blitz off the edge, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield. It's a sack for Laney, and that will probably take them right out of trying to go for it on 4th down, as it was a great blitz called by the defensive
You'll see number 20,
coordinator.
Jamin, lines up on the left side, then he goes to the right. I'm not sure if he was aligned properly because he comes back down to your left to try to pick up the blitzer. You see that? He comes across the formation there, and he just couldn't get to the blitzer. I'm not sure who. It's kind of hard. It's real hard, actually, to see the jersey.
Yeah.
The silver on white looks good, but it's hard to see.
And it's a camo silver on white, too.
Yeah.
So the actual number is actually silver and white and green.
Oh,
so
wow.
Flippin's kick. It's over to Harris. Harris is going to catch it. It's loose again, but he catches it that time. So that's twice now on a punt that it's been muffed, but they've gotten possession of it.
That's Christian Gonzalez. We talked about him being a lethal returner, saying that, laughing and, just messing around with him because he fair caught that ball. But he makes a great play right there on special teams on the punt team, getting the ball to come out, but unfortunately recovered by Laney.
So, again, just close to making a game-changing play, and they just couldn't finish the execution on it. As now the Laney offense will come back out on the field, and it's almost like we have to check every time they run out who's at quarterback.
See who's at quarterback, that's for sure.
So it is, and they're going to go right back to Scott. Now, Scott is back in at quarterback after the touchdown drive by Anderson.
Right. Scott, the left-handed safety, at quarterback.
So man in motion, he's going to take it, and now he's going to keep this, and it breaks a tackle in the backfield. Nice move, and he's going to slide in bounds, and it's just a gain of 2.
I think that was number 26 that came up initially for the Gladiators, Jarvis Khalili, out of Hawaii. You'll see him just miss that tackle, but then nice heads-up play by Scott. Slides and stays in bounds, keeps that clock running.
So Scott under center or in the gun, and he has Cole in the backfield with him. There's a snap, and it's going to be a rollout left. He's going to throw, and he overthrows his tight end. Incomplete, so that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, you got to feel pretty confident, I'm sure, if you're Coach Fanena and the defense. They're doing a good job, and they know that Scott's not really going to hurt him with the deep throw. I mean, the percentage is not really too high on that, so they're going to get the back in the flat. They're going to get some quick slants, quick hitches. If he does decide to throw, it's going to come based off the play action because the run game's been real successful for them. And, of course, he's lethal out there rolling out, so he could keep that ball as well.
And almost all of his throws have seemed to be on these rollouts, on the designed rollouts. I don't think we've seen him just stay in the pocket and let one rip yet. There's a snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to get to the outside. Flag's going to fly. Is that what I thought? It's going to come all the way back. It's a big gain, but there's going to be a holding on the left tackle for sure.
That's a quarterback run all the way.
You'll see it right there.
He just fakes it and goes out. Now, at the top of your screen there, I think that was number 4. Kai West had a nice stock block out there as a receiver against the defender of Chabot. So the penalty is against the Eagles.
Offensive hold, yep.
Yeah, so we were just talking about that. He's not going to hurt you with his arm as far as throwing the deep ball. So that was the designed quarterback run the whole way. So now we're looking at about a 3rd and 15, 18, something like that.
Yeah, it looks like 18. I think you're right. And the holding call was called on offensive lineman number 77, Diego Barajas. So now it is 3rd and very long, so 3rd and 18. You may see just a run here to just not put the ball in harm's way.
Right.
As Scott gets the snap, it's just going to be another quick throw. It's going to be caught, so it's just a gain of about 6 on the play. So here comes the punt team.
All right.
And Chabot gets the stop. So Chabot gets a stop defensively.
So you assume we're going to get good field position here,
Right.
assuming Grace has a positive return or fields it fair catch or anything. So you got to be optimistic here. You got to know, hey, I got to come up with some points here.
Grace, very athletic too. I mean, with the ball in his hands, he can make something happen.
Yeah.
So it's Manzo to kick.
Oh, that's a different formation as far as the punt.
Yeah,
Everybody's
way,
spread out.
everybody's spread out. There's a snap. He's going to roll out, and it's almost blocked.
Yeah,
and it's going to be fair caught by Grace at the 48-yard line, 47-yard line. So a good stop and really good field position now for the Gladiators as the offense will come out and try to get their first points of the game.
Right, and there's Grace fielding that punt and that formation. Coach Beam, their attention to detail, taking care of that third phase of football, special teams.
That was a risky play, though, because of the way that the rush came, he was rolling out with that rugby-style kick right into it.
I hadn't seen something like that in a long time.
So Zach Taylor-Smith still under center.
All right, so we got Burrell, I believe, I think that's Damani Burrell up top with the defender playing way off him.
So trying to get a good snap. There it is. It's going to be a run to Crum in the backfield, and he's stood up, and it's going to be no gain on the play. So there it is. They're just trying to get the ball into their best player's hands, it looks like here, with lining in Crum in the backfield.
Yeah, he's been back there before, also at quarterback, and we talked about leading the team in all-purpose yards. So, yeah, give him the ball. That's what they're trying to do there. And you got 70 Green over there trying to get in on that block as well.
So let's see. I mean, they have McCoy at the top of the screen. He's been called for 2 pass interference penalties in the game. There's a throw into the outside, and it's incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and long as the pass was intended to Derek Purvis.
So we'll see here just a basically flat route just out to the receiver. Try to lead him a little bit too much there. So it's going to be 3rd and 9.
So 3rd and 9. You have Crum at the bottom of the screen here. Let's see what that matchup.
He's got a safety over the top bracket, and watch for the blitz coming here from this. There he goes.
There's a snap, and here comes the blitz. It's picked up nicely. He's going to throw to Crum on
there
the comeback, and it's
Good
caught.
Job.
Crum at the 35. He's breaking a tackle, trying to cut back. He's at the 30, and he's brought down at the 28-yard line. So a huge gain for the Gladiator offense.
Taylor Smith.
And
yeah,
they're in close to the red zone for the first time tonight, and that was a great job.
Yeah,
great play call
good.
Because Crum on the deep routes have been all day, and he stops and he's wide open.
Right. Now he read that. We were talking about that the blitz was coming, so he threw at the blitz there. The flat defender came on the blitz, and he threw it there. So
Smith going to throw into the flat. It was a little late, but it was caught.
Caught by Mound, I believe, at the top of your screen.
Yep.
See, if he gets him the ball a little bit earlier, we'll see here to the right when he throws the ball to Mound. Get him the ball earlier, stop your feet, give him the ball, and you give him an opportunity to make that one guy miss because it was one-on-one there, but he had to wait for the ball. So 2 good decisions by Zach Taylor-Smith on the last 2 plays have been positive for the Gladiators.
So that was a gain of 4. So 2nd and 6 now. Man in motion. There's a snap. It's going to be just a pop pass, and it's Mound. He's going to try and cut up the field, but he's tackled. It was well strung out there by the defense, and it was a loss of 1.
Sanchez has to stay on his man. You'll see Sanchez come back across here to make a block, and he misses, and he can't give up on that. You got to keep chasing the ball carrier. But it was, aside from that, it was read very well by Laney.
So it brings up a huge 3rd down and 7. Now as Orozco comes on the field for Chabot into the backfield with Taylor Smith. 14 seconds left on the play clock. Got to get the play in because Chabot can't be burning timeouts like they usually do, especially down in this game.
It's at 6 right now.
Yeah, so now it's down to 5. He gets a snap. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Orozco, and he's just swarmed in the backfield, and he'll go down just for a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, Zach Taylor-Smith trying to attract some attention, I should say, with that little fake, but didn't work there. Maybe get a better fake, like on a pump fake, or throw them shoulders a little bit more.
So now it's 4th and 7. Key play in the game here. As now Down to 15 on the play clock. It looks like we're all good. And here's the snap. Smith looking. Blitz coming. He's got a man. He's going to throw to Crum, and he overthrew him, and it's incomplete. And it's the second turnover on downs in the game as the Laney defense holds strong again.
They held. He's back there, had time to throw. He's made some good throws in this drive. This has probably been, even though it comes away with no points, but this is the best I think Zach Taylor has looked back there. He feels, I believe he felt a little bit more confident on this drive than he had in others. So, well, nevertheless, it's a turnover.
Yep,
on
another
the downs
turnover
here,
on downs, and he had him open. It was a tough throw, but he did have him a little bit open over the top. And it was pretty good coverage, too, as well. Laney, and also, again, they bring another blitz, though, on third and fourth and long.
Yeah.
They haven't been shy bringing more than 6.
Not at all. They feel really confident with their corners, the way they've been playing to match up there and be able to blitz.
So Scott's still in at quarterback. As there's the snap, it's going to be a give. He's going to actually keep it. And he's going to cut up the field, and that's a great defensive play there, but still a gain of 5.
Yeah, Wonga just being, once again, fundamentally sound, just doing his job there. He's up at your top of the screen at right defensive end. You'll see the play action, the pulling guard, everything to the right of the offense, and Wonga stays home and makes the play. So they're going to take as much time now.
Oh, yeah, they're going to run the play clock all the way down.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think this one was not so much that they were trying to right now. It was just a little bit of mix-up with the play coming in, but that's definitely going to be in their playbook to take as much time off the clock as they can.
So Scott gets the snap, and he's going to give right up the middle. He's going to be short, so it'll be 3rd and 2 on the play, and it was Cole again on another carry.
Good-looking play. They're pulling Barajas and Latu from the left side to the right. Looks like the old counter tray, pulling 2 big linemen.
So 3rd and 2 from the 33. Got to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. As again, they're in there with the 3 tight ends set. As there's a snap, and it's just going to be a straight give, and he's going to get the first down. It's Cole fighting for more yards, still on his feet, and he'll get to the 42, and it's a first down.
As Kingston Sepoy didn't give up. He held on. Wonga had him early. You'll see Wonga 5 down here at the bottom, just couldn't hold on, and then Kingston Sepoy comes in and holds on to him, takes him down. It's going to take us to the end of the...
Yeah, Laney does not have to run a play. Let's see if they do. Looks like they're going to get in formation 2. So let's see if they snap it or maybe just try and draw them offside and get a free play. As it still really not sure what they're going to do, but I think they're just going to take this to the end.
Yeah, the game clock's at 6:05 now, so they don't have to snap it if they don't want to.
And I don't think they will, and they will not. So that takes us right down to the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters, it's a 28-0 Eagles lead. Final 15 coming up, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
Way up from Los Angeles. We just heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%. And we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial, supportive the older boys are with the younger boys. And I think that is really heartening for me, because that's how I want my boy to be when he grows up. And so I think that he has some really great examples of really kind people on and off the court.
And welcome back to the final 15 minutes here, final quarter, 28-0. Eagle lead over the Gladiators as they're trying to solidify themselves into the playoffs. The Eagles are. Laney Chabot trying to beat Laney for the first time since 2015, and this would be a dramatic comeback as the first snap is a give right up the middle, and it's just a gain of 3 on the play. And that was Cole on the carry.
Got Fangupo down at the bottom of that pile. He's another guy who's been solid all year, commanding double teams in there. I mean, we talk about Porter, but Fangupo makes a lot of those plays for Porter by being that one technique and getting a double team from the guard and the center on him. He fights through there. Fangupo's just, he's just been good. Like I said, he's out of St. Francis in Mountain View. And he's a guy that's going to have a bright future here. He's a freshman.
So Scott in the gun again. Just 2 tight ends in. There's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Cole, and he lost a ton of yards. A loss of 8 on the play, and now a late flag comes flying in.
I think that was number 8, Kingston Sepoy, out of Utah. Let's see if that was him, sophomore. Yeah, that's Sepoy. So making a nice play there in the backfield. TFL, we got a penalty marker, and he's going to talk about it. Looks like it's going to be
after the play was over on sportsmanlike conduct.
Versus the Gladiators.
Yeah. It was right after the end of this play.
There it is right there. Sepoy makes a good play and then makes a mental mistake there. You got to keep your cool. I know it's tough. This is a game where you got to be physical and aggressive, and he's a sophomore and he's out, from Utah, and he's here playing in California. Might be the final 15 minutes of his football career, maybe not. Maybe he matriculates, goes on to somewhere else, but nevertheless, you got to live the moment right now. You got to remember where you're at, and that you got teammates, and you got to make sure you make the right play physically and mentally.
Yeah, that's a huge play too, because that would have brought up 3rd and really long. You could have gotten off the field there in the next play. So now you give them a fresh set of downs, as there's a snap, and it's a give up the middle to Cole. He breaks a couple tackles, and he'll gain 8 on the play. Man, I would not want to be Freddie Moala waiting here for number 65 to come pulling around the right side. You see him coming, 65 of Laney, and he's pulling and goes in the kick out block, and running back picks up some solid positive yards there. They've been running the guards all night, tackles and the H-back. They've been really successful with that run game. There's a snap, and it's just another give to Cole. He's going to cut up the field, and he's got a first down. He's hit hard at the 30-yard line, but it is good for another first down.
Yeah, DeMarcus Smith making his presence felt, sophomore out of Arroyo. San Lorenzo, see him 33 come up here at the end and just bam, nice hit. Clean and legal, led with the shoulder. Nice hit by 33.
So coming up on the 8th play of this drive that started at their own 25, and they've ran 7 plays, 7 runs.
Wow. We called that one, and they're taking their time. Like we mentioned, they're barely getting up to the ball right now.
15 on the play clock is when they're breaking the huddle.
They're looking around. He's stretching a little bit. Ready?
So Scott in the backfield. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be just another give to Scott. Scott trying to get to the outside, and he couldn't get there, so no gain on the play. Maybe a gain of 2.
That's Sepoy back in the game.
And
doing what he does and making a positive play with no extracurriculars there. That's a good job by Sepoy. Sepoy has been a guy this year he's the second leading tackler on the team with 53. He's got 2 TFLs and he's got a sack. So he's added to those numbers this game. And let's see what they're going to do here. Keeping the formation. They got a 64 came out, 54 I should say. So they brought in a different lineman.
So 2nd and 8, 5 on the play clock. Now down to 4, down to 3. Are they going to get the snap off? They do, and it's just a play action, but it looks like a designed quarterback run.
Yep.
And he will stumble out of bounds, so walk out. So just a gain of about 3, maybe 4, so it'll be 3rd down and manageable.
Coach Beam's talking to him, telling him, hey, man, stay in bounds. You'll see him. Scott runs out to the sideline, and he runs out of bounds. Clock stops, and you're not going to see Coach Beam come on the screen there, but he had some words for him. I'm sure one of them was telling him to stay in bounds.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Eagles offense, as they'll get into the huddle. Break it now, all set at the line with 8 on the play clock. Cole in the backfield again. There's the snap, and it's going to be a play-action rollout. He's going to look to throw, pump fakes, and he's running way backwards and throws it. So that's going to be intentional grounding.
That's got to be intentional grounding. There's no one out there. That's number 30, Freddie Moala.
Yeah, that's got to be intentional grounding, and this is going to be a huge loss. And there it is.
There it is.
There's
Yeah,
the
it's
flag.
got to happen. Yeah, Moala was making sure he was talking to the ref, too, saying, hey, man, that's intentional grounding there. Freshman out of Tennyson here in Hayward coming up with a big play there. You know, I mentioned a lot of freshmen here on the Chabot team, and I know that we're, like I said, living the present here, but they got a lot of freshmen playing. That's a positive for the future.
So, and the penalty for intentional grounding is a spot foul. So this is almost a 25-yard penalty,
Right.
25-yard penalty,
Lost
and this
it down.
takes them out of field goal range even.
Right, yeah,
I mean,
lost
that's
it down and everything, so. Here we go.
really bad mistake, especially, you know, if Chabot's offense was existent really in this game. If they had any points, that would have been brutal.
Got Mound back deep there on the punt. They haven't had to punt too
Right.
often.
And you will probably see Chabot really try and get after this one. You got to make a play
Yeah.
somehow. So Mound back to return. There's a snap.
There
It's
it
going to be
is.
another rollout, and they almost get to it
got
again. Mound going to call for the fair catch, and
Nice.
in traffic makes the fair catch at the 15-yard line.
Well, you called it that they were going to go after that punt, and also we talked about getting Mound the ball, and they got him back there returning a punt, just trying to get him in space to make some plays.
So 11:09 to go. And they'll start from their own 15-yard line to see if they can try and get some points on the board.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, we talk about objectives that you got in your game plan and things you want done. Right now, it just basically going. It sounds like it's the beginning of the game, but you just want to go downfield, take as much time off. I know I've said this before. It's like I'm reading it from a script and come away with some points. You got to do something positive, you know, something that to get a positive vibe going for your
Right.
team.
And, I mean, the defense really has kept you really in this game. It's not way out of hand,
Right.
as that's an incomplete pass on the swing route to Orozco. So it'll bring 2nd and 10.
No, defensively, you know, Chabot's been solid. And something like that, though, you got to make that throw. We're talking about
Right.
easy throws at the beginning of the game. We talked about keeping the playbook pretty simple for the freshmen in regards to just, you know, throws to the swing the back out, quick slants, quick hitches to the receivers. Got to make that throw.
So here's the snap. Smith looking. He's going to step up in the pocket, and down he goes again. And he takes a huge hit from the linebacker, and it's going to be another sack for this Laney defense.
Yeah, he goes around the right tackle of Chabot there. I believe that was Hilder playing right tackle, but nevertheless, he's got to step up a little bit in that pocket.
There's a snap. It's going to be a throw to the outside. It's going to be caught and diving ahead. I don't know
Looks
if
like
he
a
got
first
it, and
down.
they're going to give it to him.
No, I think he's short. No, first down.
Yeah, the way that the
First down,
referee
yeah, you got
came
it.
in,
Yeah, he
it
waved,
was
stopped the clock.
Kerr Stewart picking up the first down.
There's like our Stewart a couple weeks back. We were like, who was that guy? Remember,
Yeah.
he came in and made some
Yep.
great plays against San Joaquin Delta College. So Stewart's another guy, freshman out of Ensenada and Alameda. A lot of freshmen on this team getting a lot of playing time.
Smith going to look. He's now going to look, and he's going to get away from a sack. Got to throw it away, and he's going to take the sack. Once you make the first guy miss, then you got to throw the ball away.
Yeah, he's under some duress back there, but the receivers got to keep playing down here at the bottom of your screen. Guys got to start running. There you go. Mound did it there, but the other receivers got to run that scramble drill. Had some guys standing around and waiting for the ball. They got to make themselves available for him because he was under duress.
And that is the 6th Eagle sack of the game. So the defense, I mean, they've been getting after Taylor Smith
yeah.
almost all game.
Well, you're up 28-0 as well, so you know
Yep.
they're going to come after him.
And here's the snap. He's
Lot
going to
of
look,
time,
step
lot
up.
of
He's
time.
going to throw,
There
and
we
he's got
go.
a man wide open. It's going to be caught by Mound. He's going to get across close to the 40-yard line, and they're going to give him the first down. So
Yeah.
he did get it.
You know, Mound has made his living running that same route. He just runs upfield. It's a stop, just finds the open area, and then catches the ball, turns around, and just makes it happen with his athletic ability. He's just been something special from Servite down in Southern California.
Now Orozco on the carry. He's on the edge. He's got him laying, and he's across the 50-yard line, and it's another Gladiator first down.
Taken down by Josiah Nagovalevo, But you'll see 22 Orozco just turns on the jets and goes, man. Got that hair flying in the wind right there. He's just going fast.
So Chabot putting together a pretty good drive here, even with the 2 sacks.
Yeah.
They're getting the yardage back and trying to push forward and get into the end zone for the first time. There's a snap. It's going to be caught by Mount over the middle. It's a gain of 9.
Good. You know, that Zach Taylor-Smith needs to do that. Look, the defenders are playing way off the ball right now, so take what they're giving you. Get the ball out of your hands quickly. Get them to your receivers just like he did there. He had 19 at the bottom of your screen. I mean, the DBs are playing like 10 yards off.
There's a snap. This one's going to be a give to Sanchez, and he's going nowhere but busts forward, and he's got a first down.
Good effort.
So a great second effort.
Yeah, Sanchez, once again, another freshman. Been solid. He's leading the team in rushing. Looks like we got an eagle down on the ground.
Slow to get up, but looks like we're all set here as Sanchez comes off.
Yeah, Sanchez has been impressive this year, rushing for leading the team with 335 yards before the night started. So, yeah, again, another freshman getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of touches here.
Crum is at the top of the screen. No safety help on that side. There's a snap, and he's going to try and throw it to him, and it's tipped up and incomplete. So he came on that drag route, and it was beautifully done by the Eagle defensive line to get their hands up, or else that could have been a big gain with the way that he is after the catch.
Right, you'll see the pass rush coming here, but Zach Taylor's got a lot of time to throw. It's not like the first quarter, we'll say, where he was a little bit little happy back there with his feet and with his was indecisive when he was going to throw the ball. He looks more comfortable, I should say.
So there's a snap. He's going to look. He's going to throw, and it's overthrown and incomplete. He had his man Wagner open, but he just overthrew him, and it was almost picked off.
It was there, but going back to what I was saying, he just looks a little bit more comfortable now. Look, he looks standing in the pocket, nice and cool there. Throws the ball incomplete. However, he's having time to throw and getting the ball out. And as I mentioned down here at the bottom of your screen, I'm not sure if you can see the defenders are playing way off. Just throw him a little quick hitch. Just get him the ball quickly.
So now he's going to drop back on 3rd and 10. He's going to fire, and it's tipped and almost intercepted again. So now it'll bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah. I mean, he had time to throw. I know. I seen what he was looking at, but like I was saying earlier, just get the ball to your playmakers down here. They're playing way off.
Yeah, I mean, way off. If you could just throw it to him right now, I mean, this is 20 yards off of coverage at the bottom of the screen.
Now, this is different. It's 4th down, now. But on 3rd down, they were playing way off. They're basically daring you to throw the ball, and they're going to rally to make the tackle, which they do very well.
There's a snap. Pressure comes. He's going to throw, and it's picked off.
Boy.
It's intercepted around the outside. Down the sideline goes Harris. Harris breaks a tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a pick 6 and the second defensive touchdown of the ball game.
I think that was number 4, Kai West, I believe. Made that interception. I'm not sure if that was him with these numbers, but we talked about the defenders playing way off, so it's 4th down. Of course they know they're going to throw the ball deep, and they just sat back there and made that play, and he took off, had a convoy of fellow blockers.
It was number 4, Kai West, sophomore, out of St. Paul Central High School, St. Paul, Minnesota. Just got the pick, broke a tackle, cut it back, and he's gone.
So 2 touchdowns on defense. That defense of Laney has just been solid all year. It's the reason they're ranked so high.
There's a good snap, good hold, good kick, and it is good. So the extra point is up and good. 7:12 to go. Laney now separating themselves, but I think there may have been a flag on the play. Here's what they're looking at.
Well, as they talk about that, it's Veteran Day weekend, so I want to say hi and salute all the veterans out there.
Absolutely.
They keep us safe, so all the men and women who serve, happy Veterans Day.
And so there was 12 men on the defense, and it was incomplete. It was declined, of course. And then there was a personal foul. I think it was a personal foul on Chabot there too. So they'll enforce that on the kickoff. So just an unfortunate turn of events here. Chabot's offense has spotted Laney more points than they have,
Right. Yeah, it's something we talked about at the beginning of the second half, and that the defense of Laney has been very opportunistic. They've had scores all season with pick sixes, scooping scores, safeties, and you name it. They've done it on defense, and that's the reason that they're ranked so high in the rankings here in the state of California. However, the defense of Chabot has kept them in games as well,
Right.
And they just haven't been able to put it together as often as they would like to with the offense to come up with the drives to keep the defense off the field. So,
and that's even how Laney closed out their game against San Francisco City College. They had 2 late pick sixes, 2 late defensive touchdowns that put that game out of hand. So, I mean, we're seeing it here how just stout this defense really is.
Yeah, they are. Something special that you get to see here on NorCal Sports TV is basics. That conference is just, like I mentioned before, it's in my opinion the best conference in the state, let alone maybe possibly the country. With the junior college rankings. So you get to see them here on NorCal Sports TV.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or the personal foul penalty was on Chabot. So Laney's going to kick this thing off from the 50, and I'm assuming they're just going to boom this thing to the back of the end zone, which is exactly what they do. So they will take the ball out to the 25, and that's Chabot will start their drive.
So here we go with 7:12 left. They've had some success on the ground. See if I think number 20 is in at running back. So we got Jamin, the freshman out of Franklin in Baltimore County, Maryland, coming in. Excuse me.
So Zach Taylor-Smith still in at quarterback. I mean, you don't want to feed him to the Wolves and let them tee off, but you do because he's probably going to be your quarterback next year. And now it's a fumble, and actually it's going to be an incomplete pass. Luckily they did a little pop pass instead of a direct handoff, so it is incomplete. But now there is an eagle down on the play.
Yeah, a little forward pass, as you mentioned, and a little miscue in the timing of the play results in an incomplete pass, and we have an eagle down on the ground.
I think it is number 21 down on the field. So while they're tending to him, we'll be right back after these messages.
Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand. Broadcast of Gladiator Football is brought to you by Chabot College, American Asphalt, the NCSTV Summer Basketball Camp, and Meeting Rooms on Demand.
And a welcome back after the injury timeout, and it was, in fact, number 21, Josiah Nelegvo, as he went down and they were tending his right leg, and he got carried off the field by a couple of teammates and team personnel. So hopefully everything goes okay there, especially you'd hate to see a player of his stature especially go down, fourth quarter, last game of the season, right before playoffs, which this team is bound to make a deep run.
Yeah, and he's the leading tackler on this team that, as I mentioned, is the defense carries his team, and he's the main guy, we'll say, at the center of that defense.
So second down, it's just going to be a run up the middle, and it's going to be a good run of about 9 yards.
Good job of Roscoe there, 22, picking his way, being patient, pressing along the backs there of his offensive lineman.
So the Gladiators are going to go in tempo, of course. There's a snap, and it's just going to be another give, like a counter-type run, and he is stood up at the line of scrimmage, but they're going to give him the first down. So he got 1 yard and then was stood up.
Yeah,
so perfectly done.
The initial progress there, they gave it to him. That's 2 runs, 2 carries there for Roscoe on first down. Yeah, got behind there, number 77, Pole and Horner, McAlpin, Green, Hilder. Other guys that contributed this year, of course, Vasily and Ale.
There's a snap, and it's going to be thrown to Flippin. Flippin's got it. He's going to break some tackles and be flung ahead forward, and that's good. Well, they're going to mark him a little bit short. It looked like he may have got it, but he's going to be short by a half a yard, so it'll be second and inches.
So in this 2 years that we've been fortunate enough to be here, we got Flippin's played receiver. He's played quarterback. He's played defensive back. He's been the punter. He's done a lot of things here.
There's the snap. It's going to be a give to Sanchez. He's going to be patient in the backfield, pick his way forward for a gain of 5 and a first down.
Yeah, Hilder 72 out front of Sanchez, picking up some more yards there.
So this is looking a lot like the last drive.
Right, and then Hilder up front and holding on to the ball, and then they're moving, another first down. Looking good, Gladiators.
So there's a snap. He's going to look. He's going to look. He's still going to look.
Yep.
Now scramble drill. He's pointing. He's still looking. He's got tons of
time.
time.
Yeah.
Now he's going to step up and run for it and jump forward for a gain of 7 on the play.
We have plenty of time to throw. Good coverage by the Eagles as well. But he's got to make a decision there and take off. And once he declares as a runner, put that ball away. I think he picked up about 7, I believe. Right.
So here's Taylor Smith. He's going to get the snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to look. The blitz is picked up. He's going to throw. It's tipped, and it's intercepted again. And this could be 6 the other way one more time. And it's going to be a touchdown-saving tackle there by Mound, I think it was. And it was picked off by the linebacker, Cassius McKitty.
Well, nice. Just block up top on the screen there by Sanchez, giving him more time to throw. But then when he threw the ball, it was tipped and intercepted. I'm not sure if a lineman hit the back of the helmet or something like that.
I couldn't tell if the hands got up or if it hit the helmet, but
it bounced off a helmet, I believe. That's why I was trying to be cautious with my words there. I was like, did someone bat it? We'll see right now. Bang, there.
So it
looked like it bounced off somebody there.
So it was the sophomore linebacker, Cassius McGinty, out of West Albany High School in Oregon.
Wow.
He was just the recipient of a ball fluttering that he brought down for the interception with 4:43 to go, and now Laney will really just run the ball out, and this will probably take us to the end of the ball game.
I think Anderson's back in at quarterback. We got Sepoy still playing hard, man. That just characterizes the defense here. Actually, the team DNA of Chabot. They just keep playing hard, man. They're coached well. Coach Fernandez got a good coaching staff, and one of the things that when you come over here to the Coliseum to play, you're going to be in it for a fight. Tough football players here, and they're still playing hard, man.
And that was a great job by Damian Mound, or else all 3 offensive turnovers would have been touchdowns the other way. So there's a snap, and it's going to be just another give, and tackled in the backfield, getting to the original line of scrimmage, actually behind that, so it'll be 3rd and 11. That was another give to Cole, and I mean, Archie Cole has had a strong game on the ground.
He has. You got Porter out there along with the defensive back. I'm not sure who was down at their feet, but a good tackle by Legion of Gladiators over there. However, you mentioned Cole having a good night, and he stayed in bounds, and that clock's still running with 3:30 left in the game.
So 3:30 to go. They're going to break the huddle at 15 like they have been here late in the ball game. As you did say, Anderson in at quarterback. Now there's a snap and the give, and going absolutely nowhere.
You know,
it's in the backfield.
Moala has got to know quite well number 65. They've been having some words after the plays here too. The pulling guard for Laney, and the pulling guards, I should say. There's been quite a few of them. They keep throwing them out there. That was Doug Tang, so they got some big boys that can run, and Moala's there playing hard, man, like we mentioned.
And that was Taj Castaneda. That was his first rush of the ball game, the freshman out of St. Mary's in Berkeley. So now Laney looking like they're trying to rotate their running backs in now up at 35. 2 left on the play clock, and they're going to call a timeout as the play clock was expiring. So 2:25 to go. Laney with a 35-0 lead. It's 4th and 9, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Way up from Los Angeles.
From
we
Los
just
Angeles.
heard that. What made you put Miles Little into the camp?
Well, you know, we were looking for an overnight camp that would really help develop his sort of independence. And this looked like a beautiful setting for the kids, and also really foster his independence, meet new people. And I want to say one of the best things about this camp, this particular camp, is the ability to see the games live streamed on YouTube. It allows you to not be at camp, but also still participate in that particular part of camp. And so I thought that was really amazing. The announcers were great. The angles, the instant replay, it really made the kids feel special.
Would you bring Miles Little back up to camp?
For sure, 100%, and we're bringing friends. I think one of the wonderful things that I saw when I came to pick him up is how collegial.
And welcome back out of the break with 2:25 to go. It's a 35-0 lead for the Eagles. It's 4th and 9. As I'm sure they'll run the ball, which they do. Oh, no, they're going to drop back and throw. They're going to take a shot at the end zone, and it is incomplete. So it was the play action to Castaneda, and they threw it up into the end zone, and it was incomplete. Good coverage there by Marcel Anderson, and the Gladiators get the stop.
Marcel Anderson showed some catch-up speed, man. That was impressive, because I think he bit on that play action thinking it was run like everybody else did up here, and he was able to turn and run over there and get back to help out his cornerback on that post route. So it falls incomplete, first down with 2:19 left.
So now the Gladiators trying to break the shutout and get some points on the board in this ball game. 3 consecutive drives ending in turnovers, 1 on downs, 2 interceptions, and one of the interceptions went back for 6 points the other way. So 12 on the play clock. Now it's down to 10. Smith in the gun. He's going to give it to the wide receiver on the jet sweep pop pass. It's a gain of about 6 or so on the play. So that's Connor Quinsig. That's his second catch of the game.
Yeah, Quinsig out of Half Moon Bay. Man, he's been solid here the last 2 years as well. Playing special teams. He makes tackles on punt teams and on kickoff teams. He's a guy that's, earned his carry there, that's for sure. And the catches that he's made, he's a hard-working guy.
Another run in motion. This one is going to be kept by Taylor Smith, and he's going to get the first down.
There we go. Picks up a first down on a quarterback keep. Zach Taylor Smith.
So Taylor Smith, it's going to be another one of those little pop passes. I think this was just a direct handoff, fighting for extra yards, and brought down was Devin Wagner, the wide receiver.
Yeah, it's the first time I think we call Wagner's name tonight.
And so just a gain of a couple on the play. As you want to see the sense of urgency, there's a snap, drop back. Look, they're going to fire it deep. It's caught by Flippin. He dropped it. And Flippin had it and dropped it. It was a really good throw there.
Yeah.
From Zach Taylor-Smith.
LeBron flipping. We talked about how he does everything, And this is a big play that he just couldn't come down with, the sophomore out of San Lorenzo. And he had him.
Yep, he did. It was the one-on-one coverage that they wanted, too. So now it'll be 3rd and 8. 1:09 to go. There's a snap. It's going to be a quick throw over the middle, so just a gain of 3. So it'll be 3rd and 5. And that was Wagner on the receiving end.
Got a minute left, so you take your time here. It looks like to make sure we get everybody lined up before you snap this ball. There we go.
So there's the snap, looking to continue the game, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be dropped again. Laney sent the blitz, and they got there. It was a sack from the Laney defense, and that will do it. And the sack came courtesy of number 92, Marcin Kuric.
There you see him just come straight up the gut there. Bringing the heat.
Some from Bristol, Kentucky. How about that? Or UK, actually.
Well, they have an offensive lineman named Obi as well from London. So bring guys,
SGS College, Bristol. There you go, UK.
Coach Beam and them guys are celebrities, with Last Chance U, so you start getting some guys over here.
Yep.
But we talked about how important this game is, too, for the local guys on the fence saying, I'm going to go to Laney, I'm going to go to Chabot. Can't go wrong with other school. Continue your education. That's what it's about. And here at Chabot, you get a chance to play for a quality coaching staff and on a good football team here.
So
and a good school, by the way.
Yeah. And into the victory formation goes the Eagles with 45.5 to go. So it should take us 2 snaps to finish this ball game up. So this will bring Laney's record to a very good 8-2, and a Chabot record, they'll finish at 2-8. So they should snap it one more time, or the way that the play clock actually started late there, I don't think they're going to have to snap it. They won't.
No, they're not.
And that'll do it. So number 6 Laney comes into Chabot and wins it 35-0. They will win. I think they want to share the conference title. We'll have to see on the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll see how those games end up shaking out tonight. But the win streak against Chabot continues for the Laney Eagles as the battle of 880 will go to the Oakland side of it, as it's the Laney College Eagles winning at 35-0. So a great year. It was our first time together, and
I
absolutely loved it. It was awesome.
Me too. I appreciate the opportunity, and we got to see some really good football here at the Basics Conference, and talk about the Chabot team. You got a lot of freshmen. They got a lot of time. Your leading rusher, your leading receiver, they're freshmen. You're leading the guy all-purpose yards leader also is a freshman. So it's really an exciting time to be here at Chabot and a good team to watch in the future. And again, I thank you for having me here, and NorCal Sports TV has been great, man. Yeah,
this has been a great year for Chabot College football. Hope to be back next year. And so we'd like to thank everybody tuning into our broadcast each and every night for all sports all around the Northern California Bay Area, even more above us even. I mean, it's a great network here at NorCal Sports TV. I'd like to thank Dion I for everything that he's done, and we'd like to thank our producer Jason has been here, our great producer Joseph as well. He's done great, all the cameramen all throughout all the games, and it wasn't for you guys, the listeners and viewers, for this, none of this would be possible, so we'd like to thank all of you guys as well. So 35-0 was the final score for the last time. I'm Dominic Ariel for Carlos Franco. Thank you for everything. Great year, and hope to see you again next year for the final time this season. So long from Chabot College.